the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another one. This your boy TD from TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Hit that like button on your way in the building. Y'all know we get started once we get those 100 likes, so let's go ahead and hit it now. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to TD Fans Talk right now. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We got about 20 subscribers this morning added on. So welcome to the TD Fans Talk family. To all the new subscribers that added this morning, we appreciate you joining the family. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news coming out of Miami. They are officially done. Byron Jones, they have informed him. Well, let me go ahead and read what Adam Schefter said. Sources, Dolphins have informed cornerback Byron Jones that he is being released on March 15th. Right there at free agency, give him an opportunity to find another team if necessary. And will have the opportunity to enter free agency. Dolphins will designate him a post-June 1st cut, saving Miami $13.6 million against his salary cap. We're going to talk about that and more. We also got Brady out here adopting cats for his daughter and said, if you think he got time to come back to the NFL, then you've never adopted a 2-month-old cat for your daughter. Whole bunch of fluff. We ain't buying it, Brady, but at the end of the day, we will talk about that as well. But listen, hit the like button. Let's go ahead and get it up. We got 175 people already in the building, so let's go ahead and get those 100 likes, and let's get it done. Let's get it done. All right, let's go ahead and hit it as soon as possible. Shout out to, excuse me, Noel Leon one with the donation. Said, TD, Henry don't fit our scheme. Would you still get him? Who keeps saying he doesn't fit our scheme? What scheme does he not fit? They zone block in Tennessee. Who keeps saying that? What was this narrative? Who's starting that narrative that he doesn't fit our scheme? I don't get it. But anywho, it is what it is. All right. But let's go hit that like button. Come on, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Please. Let's go. We almost got 200 people in here and we ain't got 100 likes. Let's go ahead and get them up. Shout out to California, the Mod Squad in the building, James in the building. What's up, homie? Appreciate you. Pete in the house. Love you, brother. Waddle Waddle. That's what's up. Curtis in the house. Fins Fan 7. I see you. That's what's up, man. Everybody checking in. Thank y'all for being here. Dolphinier, as always. Salute to you. Zach Turk. Elder Bruce Jones in the house. That's what's up, man. Y'all hit that like button. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Some people are saying Lamar to Atlanta. Yeah, they've had some discussions, but time shall tell. We'll see what happens. But, hey, I know they got 7 minutes, and that tag is officially placed. We just got to see which one it is, all right? They got about 7 minutes, and we'll find out what's going on unless we just get a blockbuster trade right at the deadline. Who knows? All right? Reporting in from Cali Outpost. Woo. Imagine if they just let Lamar walk, free agent. Wouldn't that be crazy? Nah, that ain't going to happen. You don't just get nothing, right? Everybody waiting on Lamar news. Hey, yeah, Byron been gone from Miami. All right, let's dive in. But no, we need 12 more likes. 12 more likes. We almost there, all right? Almost there. Hit the like button, y'all, so we can go ahead and get started. Hey, man, the day is almost over for many of us, right? I hope y'all done had a great day so far. Hope all is well. Hope y'all having y'all a good old blessed day today. All right. An hour and 7 minutes. Oh, it's not a 3 o'clock deadline. Is it 4 o'clock? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was a 3 o'clock deadline. Maybe I'm wrong and it's 4. So it's an hour and 7 minutes. Y'all let me know. Y'all probably remember better than me. I thought it was 3 o'clock. Maybe that's on me. 4 o'clock. Okay. I appreciate that. I'm thinking the wrong thing around here. So they got an hour and 7 minutes. So we'll see. We shall see. All right. All right, we got 100 likes. Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Byron Jones cut. It ain't no secret. It ain't no news. We already knew. If you're a follower of this channel, we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. I've been prepared, y'all, for this. It ain't no shocker. The whole Dolphin community knew this was coming. It was just a matter of post or pre-June. And, yeah, they did it post-June. Now, we don't have that money until June, but I'm waiting on one of somebody in the NFL that I talked to get back to me that usually knows this stuff. Even though we don't get that money, I don't see why that would stop us from signing anybody. Plenty of teams go into camp over the cap. And as long as they're under the cap at the start of the season, everybody's like, you don't get that money until June. Yeah, but will that stop us from signing people and being over the cap knowing it's coming? Should that stop us from being able to do contracts? I don't think so. I don't think that'll stop us. There's plenty of people who have signed deals and teams had to make moves after they signed it to get under the cap. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to use it. I just don't see. Take the blanket off her. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to use the money. I mean, I'm waiting for my guy to get back to me on that so I can get the details, because everybody, well, we don't have the money until June, but does that stop us from spending it in free agency knowing it's coming? So once I get an answer, I'll let y'all know, because I think that's very important, okay? But this Byron thing, he'll be a free agent. If somebody want to pick him up in free agency for the low, he'll be appreciative to having that opportunity. But he's officially cut as of March 15th with that June designation. So we do save a good amount of money on that, which helps us big time, $13.6 million. We're already over the cap, $15 million. So even that money ain't helping us. We're waiting on all the restructures. We're waiting on them to announce the restructures. They might have already done the restructures, to be honest with y'all. We just don't know about them yet. You know, sometimes we don't know about them until the league has actually put them in and we get to go on Spotrac and see what it is and stuff. Sometimes a lot of these restructures may already be done. So we have to wait on um official announcements, but they could have already have restructured several contracts and we may not even know right now. So I just want to see how we do our restructures. That way we can know how much money we'll have going into free agency, because right now we ain't got nothing. And free agency is next week. Free agency is next week, and we don't have nothing right now. So it is what it is. Hopefully we making moves in order to make a bid on Orlando Brown. That would be nice, but again, the problem we have is we're not a right tackle away. We're not a right tackle away from a Super Bowl. See, that's why I've always preached big bang for your bucks. We need a right left guard and a right tackle to solidify the O line, and then we need to sign our running backs back or a new running back. See all these multiple signings that we need, and that's just one aspect of the team. That's why I'm about just go get Lamar Jackson, and you don't need Orlando Brown. Keep the same O line, and he'll make up the difference. He'll make up the difference with Tyreek and all of them extending plays on the run. He'll make the difference. But hey, it looks like if we go with Tua, we're going with the got to get everything approach. So we need a left guard. We need a right tackle. We need a tight end. We need running backs that we need to sign. We need a linebacker. We need a corner. We need a backup safety. We need all of that. So this will be an interesting free agency. It should be an interesting free agency. Now, don't get shocked if we have. Hopefully, we go big wheel hunting. Hopefully, we knocking it out the park. We getting some of the biggest names, and we going for broke. But don't be surprised if you don't get one of them free agencies you got like 6 years ago. I remember where the Dolphins absolutely did nothing. They like brought in a few little mediocre pieces. Don't be shocked if that's the case. Do not be shocked if that's the case. I'm going to be honest. I'm hoping they go big shopping, but Chris Greer has already looked like he's been setting the table to be passive. Well, Liam Eichenberg and Austin Jackson is part of the future. We want them to compete. Listen, there ain't no competition if you're going to get a real solidified player. You wouldn't be talking about competing, which means you're going to go find little bargains in the low line and seeing players fresh off injuries and letting them fight for the position. Who's the best? Which means they ain't far off from them guys. That's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm scared of. So time will tell, but y'all hit that like button for me. Well, when you say it like that, I don't know what you mean. We need a QB first, then we can talk about the rest. Well, that ain't happening. I've been told y'all we ain't getting no another QB. Tua gonna be the guy, but all these rumors and stuff, you can't help but entertain them because you hopeful, you wishful, you just beg that they would actually shock you and do something like that. But come on, man. When has this team ever did something we wanted them to do? We better off being shocked. When have they done something we wanted them to ever do? Regardless of the opportunity sitting right there in their face. When have they done it? People saying Jalen Ramsey, come on to Miami. Look at all the Orlando Brown, Jalen Ramsey, man. We must be finding some money up under some stones we don't know about. What up, Easy E1440? He said, oh, snap, I made it to a live stream. What up, TD? I'm good, man. Jose in the house. He said, I like what I saw from Mostert. We should just run it back with him. And like I said, I don't have any problem with the backs we had, but you got to go get a better O-line. You need to go get a real left guard and a real right tackle that can stay healthy. And you need a solid backup left tackle for when Armstead go out. Not if he go out, but when he does. Come on now. The cap ain't real, TD. Ask the Saints. Well, if the cap wasn't real, then everybody should be on board. Miami, go get Lamar. If the cap ain't real, then I could see people arguing the cap number for Lamar. Then that's an argument. Okay. But people just saying, nah, he injury prone. That is the, I'm telling y'all, when people say, why would we go get Lamar? He injury prone too. It is the most crazy thing that I've heard from people. He's injury prone, so keep the injury prone person who's not as good as him instead. I don't get it. Like I keep saying, you cannot talk about Lamar being injury prone trying to make a case for Tua. They both injury prone. If you want to keep Tua, then why wouldn't you want the better quarterback that's injury prone? I absolutely have no idea what they're talking about. If we're going to say, yeah, they're both injury prone, then if you had a choice between the two, wouldn't you want the one who's better? If you're going to deal with one anyway, deal with the better one. I'm dead serious. We will be screwed if the Jets get Rodgers. I see us third in the division. Man, I'm telling you now, bro. I already know what time it is. I already know what time it is. If they get, man, if they get that man, what? They put the non-exclusive tag on Lamar Jackson. Oh my gosh, I was hoping they didn't do this. You know why? You know why I was hoping they didn't do it? Because I didn't want Chris Greer to let me down again. And now I have to witness him let me down when we can go get him right now. Go get a first and go call him. Oh my God. They put the non-exclusive. They put the non-exclusive. I can't believe this. And I already know we're not going to do nothing. Oh my gosh, I was hoping they did a regular franchise so that we got an excuse. But now I got to sit here and witness another quarterback that I know that we can go get 100%. He can be a Dolphin. I got to sit here and witness this. I cannot believe they went non-exclusive. This ain't real. I got to check some more sites. Ian Rappaport reporting it. Oh my gosh. Go get Lamar, Greer, go, go, go. Who are you telling? Ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins can go get Lamar Jackson right now. Give him the money. Call him. Like right now, as soon as the non-exclusive, Greer should be on the phone right now. I cannot believe this. And what that basically means is it's only a $32 million contract too, just so y'all know. Which is even worse than the 45 of the franchise tag exclusive. Oh my gosh. He is now allowed to negotiate with other teams. But Ravens have rights to match any offer. I already told y'all this earlier. Ask Lamar what he asked for, because they gung-ho on not giving him that, and give him $3 million more than that. Make him match it. Make him match it. At least you'll be hurting an AFC conference team in the process if they match it. I can't believe this. Man, this, you know what? Let me just chill, man. Because we already know Dolphin fans. Here we are again with a prime opportunity, and we know what Chris Greer's doing right now. We know what Chris Greer's doing right now. Y'all want to know what Chris Greer's doing right now? Where's my phone? I ain't got my old phone. This is what Chris Greer doing right now. Hello? Hey, Jiu-Jitsu Enterprise. How's my boy doing? Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Just keep up the good work. That's what Chris Greer doing. That's what Chris Greer is doing. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. A prime opportunity, and it's only 2 first-round picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we already know with Lamar Jackson, the 2024 first-round pick is going to be trash. It's going to be number 32 because we're going to win the Super Bowl. And you should be calling the Eagles, the freaking Chiefs, the freaking 49ers, or the Cowboys. You should be calling them right now saying, we need your first-round pick, and I'm finna give you 2 seconds. Or I got Christian Wilkins for you. You should be calling for the latest first round pick you can find, and there go your 2 first round picks. The Ravens don't get to choose where he goes now. Lamar gets to choose. And if Lamar says, I'm going to go to Miami and sign their deal, if the Ravens don't match, it ain't nothing they could do. He a Dolphin. Whatever he wanted from them that they turned down, I add $3 million on top and make them match it. Oh my gosh, man. I have never been in a situation. We have been begging for a franchise quarterback for over 20 years. In the last 3 years, we have had an opportunity to get about 18 of them. We've had an opportunity to get a franchise quarterback left and right the last 3 years. And look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. You cannot tell me that if Chris Greer called Lamar Jackson right now, we wouldn't be his number 1 choice in the NFL. You can't tell me that. We wouldn't be his number 1 choice in the NFL. You couldn't tell me otherwise. Y'all all know it. Chris Greer called him right now and said, let's talk about a deal because we want you here in Miami. Lamar Jackson is grinning from ear to ear. I can't believe they went with the non-exclusive tag. I cannot believe they went with the non-exclusive tag. And we finna let another elite player walk right past us. We finna let another elite. Like, why do people feel just fine with question marks instead of an exclamation mark? Why do people prefer question marks over exclamations? Tua is a question. He is a question mark. Lamar Jackson is an exclamation. Do you know the difference? Orlando Brown Jr. started as a right tackle in Baltimore. Since Tua is left-handed and Greer won't try for a QB this year, should we pursue him? I mean, that's fine because you're going to have to do the best you can for Tua. So I'm all for an Orlando Brown. Because if you're going Tua, in order for us to win, you definitely need the best O-line you can have. So I'm all in for an Orlando Brown if we got Tua. We need Orlando Brown because we got Tua. This is one concern. Lamar hasn't been able to finish a season. I like Lamar and would to have him, but that concern is still there. What's your backup plan if he does get hurt? It's simple. The same backup plan Patrick Mahomes and everybody else got. You go get a developmental guy. It is what it is. It is what it is. But what's your backup plan for Tua? That's the point. See, the problem we have here with talking about Lamar injury concerns, it's the fact that you have a quarterback who's been injured for 5 years straight. You have a quarterback that's been injured for 5 years straight. So we keep on bringing up the concern of Lamar. You got a less of a player in Tua that get hurt just as much. So, but y'all okay with seeing how that work out? I don't get that. It's okay to move on with Tua with the injury concerns, but not sign Lamar with him, who's better. No, it ain't computing for me. It's not computing for me. Can y'all stop talking about where the money gonna come from? Please stop talking about where the money gonna come from. We got the money. To give you context on the money, the Saints are $50 million behind on the salary cap, and they just signed Derek Carr to $38.5 million a year. Stop. You trade Christian Wilkins for the first, there go $20 million in savings a year. And Byron's money alone, another 18 a year, even though this year is only 13 something, technically is 18 a year you're saving. That alone is 38. And after this year, you ain't got Tua's 9 anymore. That's 47 right there. That's 47 right there, and you still got the same team. And matter of fact, after this year, you save another 13 a year on Ogba. Jerome Baker about to get traded. Just so you, well, never mind. I think Jerome Baker about to get traded, by the way. Just FYI. Keep your eyes open for it. And that's $12 million a year, $11 million a year. You see all this money, and we wouldn't lose a beat with everybody I just named. Lamar here instead of Tua, you got better. Christian Wilkins, Zyler, take over. Ogba, didn't matter anyway. Byron money, back on the books. Didn't matter anyway. Jerome Baker, bye, didn't matter anyway. I just named about $70 million. I literally just named about $70 million for a whole bunch of guys with the exception of Christian Wilkins that didn't matter anyway. I literally just named about $70 million for a whole bunch of guys that didn't matter anyway, with the exception of Christian Wilkins. So technically, you might be able to keep him and just take the 70 down to 50. I'm just saying. But we got to get there first. So stop talking about where we going to get the money. That's all a fad. People want to bring that narrative just so we can stop talking about it. Yes, Lamar Jackson got the non-exclusive franchise freaking tag. Now he is open for business, and teams are contacting him right now. Schefter just reported the Falcons are not interested in Lamar Jackson. Of course, they're not interested if he don't want to go there. Baltimore was trying to trade him during the combine to Atlanta. Everybody know that's what all the reports were. They were in serious talks about trading for Lamar at the combine. And Lamar never say he wanted to go there, but the Ravens were talking that business anyway. Now they reporting not Ravens, but Atlanta. Now they reporting Atlanta not interested. Of course they ain't, because I told y'all he may not want to go there anyway. Only way he go to Atlanta is if that's the only suitors, and it's his last option. So they ain't off the table. They could say they ain't interested. They just know they ain't his first choice. So if he end up in Atlanta, it's simply because there was no other suitors. Can't believe this crap. Man, you know what? I'm tired of talking about Chris Grier. Step up, Stephen Ross. Step up, Stephen Ross. Be a real owner. We need you to Jerry Jones this thing. Screw all that protocol. Jerry Jones this thing like you supposed to. You know what time it is. Step up, Stephen Ross. Step up. Make that phone call. Grier, get it done. Or you done. Step up, man. Tired of talking about Chris Grier. Got no faith in him. Step up, Stephen Ross. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Get your act together. You as old as you is, and you talk about you want to see something before you leave this earth. What? This your moment. Step up. Gosh. Step up. Open that checkbook. You say you willing to spare no expense. You don't care. You will open the checkbook for this team. Then step up. Let's see that largest signing bonus in history. Let's go. Step up. Gosh. It's all on Stephen Ross. Ain't on no Chris Grier no more. Chris Grier around here walking on eggshells. Chris Grier scared to make a move because it's an admission that he screwed everything else up. So he need the owner to step up and say, get it done. Then he feels good. Oh, I did what the owner said. That takes the onus off of me. It's on Stephen Ross. Right at your doorstep. I can't believe they put the non-exclusive tag on Lamar. Oh my, I mean, everybody was like, if they do the non-exclusive, but ain't nobody really think they was going to do that. Ain't nobody think they were going to do that, but they did. They did. They non-exclusive this man and said, anybody, y'all going to offer him what you want. And I'm telling you, Miami, you better give Lamar, what were you asking for that they were denying? All right, we're going to give you that plus $3 million and guarantee it all. Now, if they want to match it, then good. We just hurt one of our conference opponents by running their cap up. But we in a 2-year window and we going for it now. We going for it now. We got 2 years to get it done. You got 2 years to help us bring a Super Bowl. You got the ultimate weapons. The O-line is decent, especially with your skill. You can make it work. And the little bit of stuff we got left, we're going to tap up. We're going to patch up the defense a little bit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Make no freaking sense. Dude wants to trade Wilkins, just like I wanted to trade Laramie Tunsil. And y'all laughed at that until it was done. You were still mad, and then you got mad at it, and then you all wanted Laramie Tunsil to have a trophy. See, if you trade Christian Wilkins and we bring Lamar in, and if we win a Super Bowl, then what you got to say? You act like Christian Wilkins making the difference of us winning a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson on the offensive side of the ball is 10 times more valuable than Christian Wilkins on the defensive side. Just get that straight now. You can double team a Christian Wilkins. A quarterback like Lamar Jackson, the whole defense got to try to figure it out together. 11 guys. Like think about it. Nobody's talking about this. A whole defense got a game plan for Lamar, but then you got another weapon on your offense in Tyreek Hill that a whole defense got a man. Come on, man. When you got multiple guys that everybody got a game plan for, and you add Waddle, man, y'all don't understand. Ain't nobody worrying about Tua running. Ain't nobody worrying about Tua running. Just think about this offense having to worry about Lamar running. You already bailing in the secondary for Tyreek and Waddle, leaving these wide open gaps in the middle. Why don't we take advantage of those gaps, not only with deep passes, but run lanes? Do y'all not understand this would be the best show on turf ever? You would have never have experienced this level of speed and easiness. I'm talking about easy. If you thought it was easy last year, oh my gosh. I see no reason why this team can't easily put up 40 a game. And I ain't exaggerating. This team can put up and be in the 40s on a regular. It's too much speed. Sending guys in motion, sending guys across the middle, and you worrying about everything. And don't forget Lamar able to run. What if he don't run? He just getting out the pocket, extending the play. What if the play breaks down? Lamar extending the time, and you got Tyreek and Waddle out there improvising? Y'all don't get it, do you? Because I'm telling you, you don't let the Jets go get Aaron Rodgers and think that y'all going to be better this year. You better learn. Oh, my. Man, come on, Stephen Ross. Come on. Sick of this little love affair. Gosh, man. Sick of this love affair with Tua. It ain't even an affair, man. I'm sorry. I got to say it. I'm sick of you being faithful to somebody who keep hurting you. This team, y'all. The most aggravating part of all of this right now, we all know we ain't going to do what's necessary. We all know we about to bypass this another rare opportunity that God dog, I understand Deshaun Watson with all his drama and all of that. I can get it. You can make the argument, but you can't make this one. You can't make this one. You can't make real Dolphin fans stand up and ask for Lamar. Where's Lamar going to end up, ladies and gentlemen? Lamar might end up in Tampa. That's one spot Lamar Jackson might end up. Lamar could end up in Las Vegas. That's the spot he could end up. And Lord knows, the one team nobody talking about that if he ends up there, I'm going ballistic. I am going ballistic if Lamar Jackson ends up in New England. This is the big move, TD. This is our opportunity for the best running quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. This is automatic Super Bowl contender. I know it. I know it. Could let me throw this out there. Could y'all imagine Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets and Lamar Jackson going to the Patriots? God dog. Just a thought. Just a thought. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to give me a second. I got to change the title of this video. I got to change the title of this video. You know what? I'm going to be optimistic. Lamar coming to Miami. I got to change that. I'm going to erase Byron Jones' cut and Brady adopting a cat. I'm going to erase. No, I ain't going to erase. I'm going to put it at the back end. But I'm going to put that at the title of the video. Lamar coming to Miami. Y'all let me live. I know he ain't, but y'all let me live. Y'all let me live. Oh my gosh, I wish. Oh my gosh, you talking about? Oh, I cry. Yep, I cry. I'll be so much joy. I cry. Allen, Lamar, Rodgers, Tua. I know, right? Let that sink in. What if your division was Allen, Rodgers, Lamar, and Tua? TD just breaking. Lamar Jackson just franchise tagged by the Ravens. Man, Donald, I know you just got in here. We've been on that for 30 minutes now. We've been on that for 30 minutes now, man. I can't believe they used the non-exclusive. Like, I'm waiting on correction. It was the exclusive tag. But they used the non-exclusive. Yeah, the Jets gonna try to get him, of course. If they can't get Aaron Rodgers, of course. And we haven't even talked about that. Imagine Lamar in New York. What does non-exclusive mean? It means that he is now open to negotiate with any team a contract. And if Baltimore doesn't match that contract, that team only has to give up 2 first-round picks and he's theirs. Ugh. Can't believe this. They say Dolphins can't talk until we get a first, though. I don't know nothing about that. And on top of it, even if that was the case, it don't matter. If they wanted Lamar, they make a phone call. Hey, call him and tell him we want him. We working the first out now. That's who cares if that's a rule? That's a whole bunch of bogusness. Even if that was a rule, it don't matter. I mean, he down there right now. They can have anybody. Tyreek, call Lamar and tell him we coming to get him. We just trying to work out this first. Listen, that ain't nothing but These beat writers that don't want Lamar Jackson because they so in love with Tua putting these things out. Well, we can't even talk to him because we don't have a first. Yeah, you stop getting nervous. Stop getting nervous. Miami should be moving heaven and earth right now, figuring out how they can get the first round pick. They should be doing all they can right now to figure out how they can get a first round pick. And it ain't hard. You call one of those low round pick guys and you offer them 2 seconds. Or you offer them your first next year and a fourth. It's that simple. It ain't hard, y'all. Think I care that much about our second round pick anyway, our late second rounder? Man, it's going to be the most unexciting draft we'd have never had. Wow, man. I ain't going to lie. The Ravens sure know how to create a bombshell. Do you think Tyreek will restructure to bring in Lamar? First of all, you have to understand, players love when a team comes for restructure because they're converting some of their non-guaranteed money into guaranteed money, and they're turning it into bonus. So they get that check that day. Players love that. You're just giving me more money up front. Players love that. That ain't an issue. You're still getting your guarantees. All you're doing is restructuring and helping us add voidable years just for the future. That's all that is. 14-3 with Lamar or better. TD, best record in NFL. Yeah, and I'm not even going to say 14-3, maybe 12-5. We got a tough schedule next year. That's why with Tua, y'all can keep on thinking that this team is just going to be better. The schedule is 10 times tougher this year coming up than last year. If Jets get Rodgers and Pats get Lamar, we will be the fourth best team in the East. TD, what is it about Tua that can't trade him? I'm losing it. People out here trying to make it seem like it's like this impossible feat to even try to get Lamar, so stop talking about it. And when shout out to the homie Smoke, he said 2 things would have to happen for Lamar to come to Miami. One, he'd have to say he'd want to play for us, which half the league would play for the Dolphins with these weapons. And we know Tyreek, we know that Lamar would want to come to Miami. Number 2, the Dolphins would actually have to want Lamar, which is true. The front office has said 100 times that Tua is their guy, not that hard to understand, but they've said that whenever they were pursuing Deshaun Watson and it was proven. They said that whenever Jimmy G came out and said the Dolphins were one of the teams inquiring about trading for him last offseason. Of course they're going to say they're 100 times Tua's their guy because he is the guy because he's under contract right now. He's the guy until he's not the guy. He is the guy until he's not I don't care if Josh Rosen was here. He's the guy until he ain't the guy. And as far as getting that other first round pick, I already told y'all that's easy work. Miami could go get that first round pick easily. Easily. And I'm telling you, take those 2 second round picks, one this year, one next year, and go get a late first. And if it takes even more, add a third as far as I care, or a fifth. That's easy work getting the other first round pick. People trying to make it seem like, oh, it would be too much. Y'all need to stop, man. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't understand. If the Miami Dolphins pass on any of this, we better win a Super Bowl. Am I wrong for that being the expectation? If we pass on these opportunities, whatever plan they got with Tua, it better win a Super Bowl. Am I wrong for that being the expectation? Am I wrong for that being the expectation? Oh man, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I gotta say it. It's Tua time, baby. Oh my gosh, it's Tua time. It is Tua time. TD, what would Wilkins and Tua to Tampa Bay for a first rounder to get Lamar? Didn't you say Tampa called about Tua? That's what I was told, man. But again, I don't think he's worth a first round pick. It's Tua time, y'all. It's Tua time, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Tua. Stop playing with my emotions. Y'all gotta stop. It's Tua time, baby. It is Tua time. Ugh. Ugh. Lamar Jackson, man. But you know what? I'm glad what you call it said that. Lamar Jackson. Hold on. I have to look something up. I have to look up the non exclusive tender deadline. I have to look up um what is the deadline for him to come up with a deal? Is there a deadline or does he have all off season? Mm. So what you're saying, y'all saying the 15th. So he has until the 15th to get a deal with another team. So if he has until the 15th, man, you want to know what I hope Lamar does? Let me see. Yeah, I hope Lamar. I hope he don't sign with no team, man. and then the Ravens get to pick up the $32 million offer, and then he just tell them I'm not playing. Because now it's a hard number. They can't do anything but have that hard 32 million. I hope he don't sign a contract with another team and get matched. I hope he passes that date and Baltimore gets him for the 32 million because he's not going to play on it. And if he don't play on it, they're going to have to trade him. And then Miami is all in play. Then we ain't got to trade for no first round pick. We could just give our future ones. So now we're going to be sitting here for the next 7 days wondering which team going to give an offer and will they match it. And at the in a big contract. I hope he doesn't sign with another team, but we'll see. But it looks like he may be going somewhere if somebody willing to give him the money. I just want all of us to enjoy a parade, bro. I need a reason to jump on a police car and not get locked up for pots and pans time. Nobody gonna want to trade for him because of his agent, TD. Stop. He's his own agent. They'll trade for him. They'll trade for him. Why can't we negotiate? It's the non-exclusive rules. But again, I hope he don't sign with nobody. And I hope Baltimore get him for 32 because he's not gonna play on it and he gonna request to be traded. And when he get requests to be traded, it's all open market now. But I think that's the best option. Let me tell you what I think Baltimore did. They didn't want to exclusively franchise tag him because Baltimore might be done with him. And let me tell you why. They didn't exclusively franchise tag him because if you exclusively franchise tagged him, if you can't trade him with anybody, you're on the hook for 45, 50, whatever the $43 million is. So instead, they exclusively franchise tagged him so that if they can at least get the two first rounders, but if nobody does it, they got him for 32 million. And if they trade him, they can get more than the two first round picks. They can get the decision they made is going to get them more without taking the risk of paying him a full franchise tag. So this is going to net them more in the end of the day, unless somebody just offer a crazy amount that they just won't even entertain. So this is going to be beyond interesting to see what happens. Baltimore knows he ain't sticking around, plus the agent situation, TD. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think they did this because just in case they are stuck, they only stuck for 32, and they know he ain't going to pay on the 32, so they're going to put him on the block. They ain't going to talk about it. They're going to be like, Lamar is our guy. We're excited to have him play for us this year. They're going to be talking all that, and they know Lamar is going to say, I'm not playing. And on the back end, they're going to be having trade talks. And at some point this summer, you're going to get that da-da-da, blockbuster trade. Lamar Jackson gone for 3 firsts and a third, 2 firsts and 2 second, whatever. It's going to be bigger than the 2 firsts that you can get on the exclusive. Because they don't want nobody to rob them with the exclusive giving 2 late firsts like I propose. Because every team that's going to put an offer, as long as he signed a deal with them, they can maneuver to go ahead and hopefully get lower picks. Unless you're required to give yours. But we'll see. Want to see if he gets fully guaranteed offer. And let me tell y'all another thing. Let me tell you another thing that you got to think about, right? I don't know. Hold on. Let me look this up. I don't know. Does Baltimore have state taxes? Yep. No, that's sales tax. This say sales tax. Is Maryland state tax free? 6% state. Yeah, they got bad taxes. They're 46th out of 53. Yeah, they got their own taxes, personal income. So 5.75% plus 3.20, which is about 9% on top of federal tax. So 10% of his money. If you get a $50 million deal, $5 million additional dollars. Let me tell you why is Lamar literally can request the trade and we can get him cheaper than what we would have offered at Baltimore, because we could just offer like a 40 or 45 million per year, because that's what you would have made minus the taxes. You don't have the state taxes. You just have federal taxes. So Miami could actually bring that up and get a good deal. We got breaking news. Mike Pouncey just signed a 1 day deal with the Miami Dolphins. He will sign a 1 day deal on Thursday and will officially retire a Miami Dolphin. Breaking news: Mike Pouncey will retire a Dolphin. 1 year deal. 1 year deal on Thursday. So on Thursday, Mike Pouncey will retire as a Miami Dolphin. Wow. Cam Wake is next. Yeah, that would be rightfully so. Um, man, this is wild. I'm still shocked about this. Hold out, Lamar. Don't sign nothing with nobody. Let the week pass and tell the Ravens 8 days from now, I'm requesting a trade. Not only am I paying on that tag, but I want to be traded. I'm not playing for Baltimore no more. Hold out. Hold out. That's the best bet for Miami. Lamar can refuse to take calls. Oh, it's his option. Lamar holds all the cards. People don't think he does, but he does. He's a young MVP player. He holds all the cards. You could keep saying, well, the market might dry up. Ain't no market drying up for no Lamar Jackson. He's holding all the cards. He can literally say, hey, you could put the non-exclusive tag on me. I'm going to sit right here, and I ain't taking nobody call. Unless it's the team I really want to be to. But I ain't taking nobody call. And then the NFLPA will let me know that this year my contract is 32-something million, and I'm going to request a trade. I'm not playing on that. And matter of fact, if I'm him, I don't even want a new deal. I don't even want a new deal from y'all anymore. Trade me. I want to be traded now. Otherwise, we could sit here and play this game. Or, matter of fact, I could come to training camp and tweak my ankle. Or I can come to training camp on this tag and tweak my ankle. Man. Lamar holds all the cards. People trying to write these narratives as if he don't. He holds all the cards. Because he's better than me. I'll be out there giving it my all. I tweaked my ankle. Yeah, I'm going to sit out for a few days. Every 3 days is something that's going to make me sit out. I ain't putting no extra work in before nor after practice. Ain't no wide receiver get-togethers. Ain't none of that. Trade me. If you don't, I'm here on the non-exclusive. But you sure you want a non-exclusive Lamar? That's what I would do if I'm him. Are you sure you want a non-exclusive Lamar? Okay, all right, let's do it. I can guarantee you I won't get hurt that year officially, but the injury report may have me on it. William, he already has won that honor. Lamar on pace win MVP before hurt. He number 2 passing TDs. Lamar played trash. Wide receivers on Dolphins winning Super Bowl. I agree. But for real though, Miami Dolphins, man, they got to do something. They got to do something. They got to really do something. Yeah, it's over if we get Lamar. But why is it so hard for everybody to see that? And the Dolphins need to see that too. They need to see that. Dolphins want pursue Lamar, won't, I guess is what you meant to write. Ravens might draft the QB. His value is 32 million. Danny Dimes about to sign for 40 plus. Exactly. Derek Carr just got more than Lamar Jackson, y'all. You think he playing on that? But I ain't gonna lie. One thing that is good for the non-exclusive, if he does sign an offer sheet and he gets traded, that first 32 gives them a lot of flexibility for his long-term deal. It gives them a lot of flexibility. Lamar gonna pull a Byron Jones. Watch. Who you telling? Look up the info, Brian. You can't get him with the tag. We don't have to get him with the tag. What happened in the wild card against Buffalo? Who you talking to? Us? Lamar signed one biggest offer sheet ever seen. You're a smart guy. TD, if the Dolphins don't make this happen, what is the front office saying to us fans? That we're prideful and we're going to see through what we started, even if it's a failure. TD, the Falcons just say they're not getting Lamar. I know they're not getting Lamar. How you going to get somebody that don't want to be with you? How you going to get somebody that don't want to go to you? Miami can't talk to Lamar until after the draft. We actually just discussed that. That's not an issue. That's why I hope he doesn't sign an offer sheet. Lamar looks like he's headed down the road of getting traded. It's that simple. It looks like he's headed down the road of getting traded now. But Baltimore did the right thing because now they can get more than just any old 2 first-round picks. Now they can get more. So Lamar wait after draft is smart, so sign with Dolphins. Even after the draft, just in case a team don't get the quarterback they wanted in the draft, Lamar is still an option for them. Now, there's a lot of teams, y'all. There's a lot of teams. The NFL doesn't care what you did 2 weeks ago, let alone 4 years ago. Lamar is not the same player he was 4 years ago. Defensive coordinators have adjusted to him, and Lamar is the most hit QB. Oh, my gosh. People don't get it. People just don't get it. The team has literally tried to make him more of a pocket guy without giving him weapons. They have literally tried to alter his game and use him less running, but he has to do it anyway because nobody's getting open nor separation. So they ain't figured him out. This team just never did what they needed to do to put stuff around him. They haven't. In fact, let me pull something up for y'all. Because if teams figured him out, why was he scorching us for 5 touchdowns and rushing for almost over 100 yards? Figured out? Give me a second. Why Let me get this back up. I don't know why I lost it. Dang, my whole screen just disappeared on me. Breaking news: he's going to San Francisco. Yeah, they finally will be Super Bowl favorites. If he went to San Francisco, they would finally be Super Bowl favorites. They wouldn't have any flaws in their roster. That's it. The league can hang it up. They'd be Super Bowl favorites by far. Do you imagine that? Lamar going to San Francisco? I can't even front. That would be yeah. It's a wrap. Daniel Jones back for 4 years. Okay, what was the money? What was the money for Daniel Jones? I'm gonna laugh if he trash next year. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be so hilarious. If that man trash next year, I am laughing my behind off. So they gave him 40. They gave him 40 million a year. I told y'all. If Derek Carr and Geno them out here doing what they doing, I told y'all. It's Tua time, baby. Tua got to get 60. Tua got to get 60 a year. Nah, but real talk, what's Daniel Jones' guaranteed money? What's the guarantees? What's his guarantee? Did they announce the guaranteed money? I love to know that. Mm. Giants signed Daniel Jones over getting Lamar, gave him 40 million. Lamar about to get 55 plus. And Lamar Jackson just seen what Daniel Jones got. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I need to see that next report that Lamar isn't taking any calls. Multiple general managers report Lamar they haven't been able to reach him. That's what I want to see. Dang, this they won't show me. Ross liked Lamar when he came out in his draft, so there's a chance he lets Greer off the hook with Tua. It's almost like, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we all know what we want to happen. We all know what we want to happen in this situation. I mean, any real Miami Dolphin fan, they know what they really want to happen in this situation. But the reality is, the Dolphins got in bed. We're in a toxic relationship. And they can't let go. They can't let go. They won't. They won't let go. They just won't. Hmm. Dolphins making room. Why? Because of the Byron Jones move? Why not? Sethan Carter cut. Toxic relationship with Tua. They just cut Sethan. Tight end Sethan Carter. Am I talking about the right person? Mm. They're saying that we need our original first round pick in order to trade for Lamar. So what's wrong with calling the Chiefs? I mean, I don't care what it takes. What's wrong with calling the Chiefs and saying we got 2 seconds? Can we get our first back? I mean, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Don't Chiefs got our first round pick because of Tyreek? Go get your original pick back. Jeremy said, bring him home immediately. Call Chiefs. Give them 2 seconds. No tampering. That ain't tampering. TD, Lamar is just as injury prone as Tua. I would rather stick with Tua. At least he can throw the ball accurately. Malachi, stop the cap. Patriots fan. Stop. You know you would be terrified if Lamar came to Miami. That other negotiate. I'll finish what I started. Yep, Daniel Jones and a franchise tag Saquon Barkley. They keeping that together. I think they franchise tagging Saquon Barkley, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. Oh gosh. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta send this to somebody. Engraving. Tua is undefeated versus Belichick. These narratives. Oh man, hold on. That root. Fruit. Oh man. No, it was tampering. It's it was the tampering first round pick. It's smart to franchise tag Saquon. He is a running back who had a torn ACL. Concussions are undefeated versus Tua, so there's that. Um, Lamar on the way. Danny with the bag. Daniel Jones got paid. Falcons are not franchise tagging right tackle Caleb McGarry. Another right tackle going to be on the market. So will the Dolphins spend money on it though? Will they go get one of these guys? Mm, People saying this is what the Dolphins get for cheating. Oh my gosh. They say Daniel Jones' contract got another 35 million more in the upside, I guess incentives. So it's more than the 160 it could be. He gets 82 million over the first 2 years. They still not telling us what the guaranteed number is, but gosh, man. Now Omar Kelly out here still trying to sell Tua, out here talking about let this be a lesson for him to pick up, for us to pick up the 5th-year option. They didn't pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. I don't care. Daniel Jones can go be trash for the next 4 years for all we know. Just because of 1 year. Oh, these teams are crazy to me. They are crazy to me. Yeah, the Jets probably on the phone with Lamar now. Hopefully he don't pick up. Please, Lamar, don't go to New York. They got Texas, bad Texas. Daniel Jones, 15 passing touchdowns, got 40 million. True, that dumb 40 million a year for a mid quarterback. No, y'all have to understand though. That's why I'm waiting on the guarantees. Don't let his 140 be blind you. It's fraud. Let me see the guaranteed money. Let's see the guaranteed money, because Daniel Jones did earn another year of, say, let's see another year, right? That's 1 year. You can't franchise tag him. I mean, if you do franchise tag him, that's 43 million. So you at least save money that way. So I think he's gonna have like 80 million guaranteed, and what that's gonna do is say, we got you for 2 years, and if you do it, we'll keep it going. They're basically, I think it's gonna be like 80 million or somewhere around 90 or 100 guaranteed. And if he don't play well in 2 years, they move on. This ain't one of those Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson. This ain't one of those deals. The yearly looks like he did well with 40 per, but he may not make it to the 160. He might make it to 80 and they eat the other 20 in dead cap if it's 100 million guaranteed. I'm waiting to see the guaranteed money. I'm waiting to see the guaranteed money. It's that simple. They got a new coach and everything, new GM. They're just trying to get camaraderie right now, keep it going. And if he balls out in the future, then that's better for him and he gets to keep going. But this ain't no, I know it looks like this big, massive deal, but they're basically just saying, all right, we got you for 2 years. We're going to extend you for 2 years. The contract looks pretty to say 160. It looks pretty saying 160. But we basically saying we're going to bite the bullet and take 2 more years and see how that goes. And then from there, it's a year by year with our decision. So it's a good chance Daniel Jones could be gone after 2 seasons. And nothing's wrong with that chance because you were going to do one more. Even if that was at a franchise tag. So now you save money on not tagging. And then next year, the franchise tag will probably be 47 million because of these deals. Two teams already locked down to average quarterbacks. It's what it is. And then the Giants ending up second or third in the division, missing the playoffs or losing in the first round or something like that for multiple years. Fans gonna be they ain't gonna be happy with it, but it's just what you signed up for now. 49ers third in cap. Imagine Lamar. Yeah. Yeah. 245 million soon. The Dolphins decide to do that. Here we are, 2 a time. TD, you scared me there. What do you mean? Y'all got to realize it's a reason why Baltimore isn't sold on Lamar. I know what the reason is. Baltimore has a fundamental belief that they can do it the Flacco way. We don't need a player of Lamar Jackson's caliber and paying all that money and never getting back there. Do you not remember what happened with Flacco? He won a Super Bowl. They got stuck with giving him a large contract. And what happened after that? Y'all forget the Ravens have been through this. They didn't give Flacco the money. Then he went and won a Super Bowl. And then they paid him the big bucks. And what happened after that? The Trent Dilfer way. The Joe Flacco way. We can do it without the best quarterback in the league. We can go get us a Jimmy. They believe that if they stack the defense and have a good run game, they could win one with Jimmy G. See, what you don't realize is San Francisco's been doing it that same way for a long time, but they just can't get over the hump because it's not guaranteed. But you can get one, but a lot of things have to go in your favor. San Francisco been doing that for a long time. For the last several years, San Francisco been doing that. They've been very competitive and going far in the playoffs, even to a Super Bowl, but it's always come down to the quarterback with them. It works. It works. It's still competitive. It's still playoff worthy. But it's tough to win the Super Bowl. But they know that they've done it before winning the Super Bowl, but that was in an old league. That was in the old league. That was in the old NFL. No quarterbacks were getting crazy money like that. So the disparity in talent wasn't that big. Now you have huge disparities in talent on teams. But it is what it is. We got 600 people watching. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button. Y'all punch that like button for me. It'll be interesting, but I will say this. At this point, I just hope that Lamar Jackson ends up in the NFC. We don't need another team being playoff contenders in the AFC. Because whether you want to believe it or not, we are not better than Buffalo yet. Dolphin fans just automatically think we are. We're not better than Buffalo yet. We're not. Have we closed the gap? Yep, but we're still not better. They have more reliability in some of the best positions. And they're still a good team, and they got a quarterback that nobody is questioning, really. I think he trash, but nobody questioning. You're going to mess around and let the Jets come past you as well, because the Jets are not as good as us. But with a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, the Jets roster, ladies and gentlemen, is better than the Miami Dolphins roster. Dolphin fans wouldn't acknowledge that. But with the top 10 quarterback, that overall roster is better, and not even by far. But they would, and I don't know why every time I say that it blows people's mind, like I got to prove it. But once again, who got the better defense? They have a top 5 defense that's young and ain't doing nothing but getting better. Well, we got Vic Fangio. He ain't did nothing yet. And even if he did improve us to top 5, it's a wash. We got a defense just as good as theirs. Theirs is just as good as ours. They got a way better running game. Brees Hall coming back, way better running game. They got a way better O-line. Lucky for us, they've had some injuries, but we have as well. But healthy, ours versus theirs is better. If they go get an elite quarterback, it's better than ours. If it's Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson. We have the advantage at the wide receiver position. And I hope they don't get Aaron Rodgers and go after a top receiver. The only advantage on the team we have is the wide receiver position. But that's an advantage we have over at least 28 teams, 29 teams in the league. But that's the only advantage. Only advantage on the whole roster, if they get Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson, would be our wide receivers. It's the truth. And Dolphin fans don't want to acknowledge that. And you add an elite quarterback, it's trouble, man. And on top of it, even if it ain't trouble, we're talking about the AFC East beating up on each other. Splits. Whole bunch of splits. Could you imagine going 3-3 in the AFC East? Which is very possible. Even if you go 3-3 in the AFC East, you're in trouble. Because now we got to play the NFC East this year. Eagles ain't no easy win. Cowboys ain't gonna be no easy win. The Giants thinking they got what they have ain't gonna be easy. And I'm telling y'all now, y'all gonna see a whole new makeup on this defense because Vic Fangio don't like blitzing. He said something very interesting recently. He said, I only like blitzing when I want to, not because I need to. That tells you he don't like blitzing. Flores blitzed because he needed to. At least he was smart enough to recognize this team, we don't get organic pressure. Even if we're covering well in the secondary, the quarterback's got 5 seconds, so they always end up finding somebody open, even if good coverage. So we need to blitz. So Flores did that, and we had success doing it. That's when we were excited about our defense, when these guys are making plays. When we don't blitz and get pressure, we do absolutely nothing on this defense. And Fangio going to find that out with this personnel. And next year, they're going to make all the moves necessary to fix that. But this year, I'm telling you, you better hope that this defense can play top 10. I'm telling you, it's going to be a learning curve. Because Fangio got to see what he got real time first before he start judging it and making changes. And you got an aging cornerback who looked like he on a decline now, still making Pro Bowls and had a terrible season. I don't get that. That's bad. Lamar will miss at least 5 games. So will Tua. But guess what? If Lamar missed 5 games, I believe we can go 10-2 with him. If Tua misses 5 games, come on. Even if we did go 8-4 with Tua, we can't afford to miss 5 games. It's the same as last year. And then it's also, when are those 5 games too? Ugh. And I'm sorry, but I called it last year. I hate that I called it. I said Tua gonna miss 4-5 games. Same thing with Armstead. I said he gonna miss 4-5 games. And I was sad. I said, y'all, Tua missed 2.5 games and he coming back. Armstead missed 2.5 games and he coming 2 games and he coming back. That's not good because they're gonna miss 4 or 5. That means somewhere else in the season they're gonna miss games too. And the closer we get to the end, the worse it's gonna be if they out. TD, do you see some Ryan Tannehill and Daniel Jones? Somewhat. That's a good. That's actually interesting. A little bit. Lamar backup made the Pro Bowl. He should get the bag, not Lamar. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't that weird? Is that what happened? Huntley made the Pro Bowl. Did Huntley make the Pro Bowl? Are y'all serious? No. As an alternate. Oh my gosh. That means this year's Pro Bowl was such a joke. Anybody who got named for the Pro Bowl, it was a joke. You want to know why I say that? Lamar Jackson got hurt in week 12. Huntley only played 5.5 games. Did y'all know that? Lamar Jackson got hurt in week 12 and Huntley only played 5.5 games and he made the playoffs. I mean, the Pro Bowl. I'm sitting here looking at it. He played against Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and a little bit of Denver because Lamar got hurt in that game. You made the Pro Bowl only playing 6 games? Oh, you talking, man, that's a wrap. I don't care nothing about Pro Bowl no more. They need to stop putting that on players' bio as a accomplishment. All the top QBs opted out. Well, we know that because Tua made it. So we know the top ones opted out. Yeah, this year there were a lot of QBs that did get hurt and stuff like that this year. I mean, y'all got to think about it. This year, a lot of QBs, they were banged up. Why do you think none of the usual suspects were in the top 10 this year? I mean, you had Jacoby Brissett in the year with the higher rating than some of the usuals. Jacoby was like 6th on PFF or something like that. The NFL announced that they played 57 starters this year at quarterback. I want y'all to think about that. That's almost 2 a team. There were 57 starting quarterbacks that played this year. That's almost 2 a team. Almost 2 a team. 57 different starting quarterbacks. That's bad. This just wasn't the year for quarterbacks. Even mediocre numbers look like top numbers. Mm. Marcus Spears just tweeted, if the Miami Dolphins or the 49ers do this and get Lamar, Lord have mercy. Oh, boy. I like to see TD meet Tua. What did he say? TD, we have leverage. Check out Barry Jackson recent tweet. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see real quick. All right, Mary Jackson's reaches recent tweet. Carter's 2.3 million salary was non-guaranteed entirely, no dead money. Dolphins still around 16 million over the cap with restructuring of stars players likely coming. Um Ravens place a non-exclusive tag on Lamar Jackson, essentially eliminates Dolphins as a landing spot, as ESPN's Real Tannenbaum explained, because Finn's first rounder, unless Jackson hypothetically decides he wants to play for Finn's and doesn't sign any offer sheet until post-draft. That's what I told you. Even if he waits until May to sign offer sheet, Ravens obviously could match. So Lamar to Miami would take unique circumstances of Jackson threatening not to report and telling Ravens he wants to play for the Dolphins, and Ravens for whatever reason cooperating. Unlikely. Now, I think that's a I don't think there's a deadline of the 15th, y'all. I don't think there's a 15th deadline to. I don't think he has 7 days to get a deal done with another team. I don't think that. I don't see that anywhere. I think he has quite some time. And based off of that tweet, he does. Um, yeah. Derrick Henry changes things for us, TD. um, is this title clickbait? We hope it's not, right? We hope it's not. They can if they want to do a straight up trade. Yeah. I mean, we could always just straight up trade with them, because what'll happen is he'll have to sign the tender and then just trade. That's true. That's something that if Lamar says I want to be a Miami Dolphin, if Greer and them want him and Lamar says I want to be a Dolphin, if they in cahoots and he said trade me to the Dolphins, I want to be a Dolphin. See if they'll trade for me. I don't want to be here anymore. Then it's a done deal if Greer and them willing to do it. Sign and trade. He'll sign his tender and we'll do a trade. It's that simple. But that would be all on Lamar. Lamar would have to tell them straight up, I want to be a Dolphin. I don't want to be here anymore. So it don't matter about this after the draft and all of that. Now, if we do get past the draft and he didn't do anything and the tender is still there, because people saying he got to the 15th, I don't see that anywhere. If you still can do it after the draft, then you offer the 2 firsts, because nobody has a first this year after the draft. That's what they're talking about. If he holds out until after the draft, then Miami is in play. TD, would you get as backup QB? With Lamar, Skyler, you keep developing them. Y'all have to understand at this point, if Tua's the guy, I want Skyler to be the backup next year. Why are we going out paying $10 to $15 million for a backup? I keep telling y'all, if you got to go spend 10 to 15 million for a backup, then you ain't got the right starter, period. You shouldn't have to use your backup. You shouldn't have to want your backup. He should be a guy sitting right there on the bench trying to make the scout team better every week in practice. It's that simple. Y'all hit the like button. We got 600 people watching. Punch that like button, man. My bad, y'all. But yeah, man. Listen, man, if you need to spend $10-15 million on a backup, if you got to bring a Jimmy G, well, again, them not backups. Them not backups, man. All right, man. I know y'all keep begging for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the comment section. Get on in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. TD, your hatred for Tua seems so unhealthy. I don't hate Tua. He's just irrelevant to me. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's just irrelevant. Y'all the ones obsessing over a guy that ain't Super Bowl worthy. He's irrelevant. I don't hate on him. I'm starting to not even think about him anymore. I think about y'all obsessing over him more than him. We're talking about Lloyd is the type of guy that you're supposed to be paying $5 million to be a backup. I don't even worry about Tua anymore. He's irrelevant. At the end of the day, there are some real quarterbacks out here. Hold on. I see y'all coming backstage. I'm going to let you in just a moment. Tua better than a backup and not as good as a starter. See, Tua could always get a starting job, though, in my opinion. I think he could always get a starting job because there's always teams that are still trying to figure out if they got the guy and they don't. But Tua's the type of guy that's worth bringing in, hoping he can be a starter. And after 2 or 3, he's going to end up like Teddy and all of them, Jameis Winston and all of them when it's all said and done. All right, y'all. My bad. I think I got some broken glass I need to go clean up right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring y'all in. Y'all can start chopping it up, giving me your thoughts.
TD,
what's up, Greg?
yo, what's
TD,
good?
what's good, man? How you?
I'm good, Monty. What
TD,
up,
what's
Derek?
going on?
What up, TD?
All right, no, I'm straight, man. Y'all chopping. Give me your thoughts around the table real quick in this situation, and I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta go get some glass up. All right.
You got it.
Got it.
Well, I'm gonna say this first off. I'm gonna be saying it until Lamar signs a deal. I want Lamar no matter what, and I'm gonna say this. I fully agree with what TD said earlier. If Chris Greer passes up another option, we need to win a Super Bowl. There needs to be a Super Bowl with Tua.
I agree.
Hey, is that Greg?
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How
What's
you?
up?
How y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, man, I'm sure we'll do much better when we hear ESPN say, "Hey, Lamar Jackson's been traded to the Miami Dolphins."
Yeah.
Dude, look, this is a no-brainer. I respect. Look, I like Tua as well. I like Tua, but what gives us is that he's the X factor. He brings more to the table than Tua. Defenses actually have to account for this mofo. Like, I mean, what is there to think about? Tua's been hurt his whole career since he's been playing football. Like, come on. This is a no-brainer.
And with Lamar's rushing ability, that'll be main focus on Lamar stopping the run. They just have to stop Waddle and Tyreek right now. They don't have to focus at all on Tua. They just try to take away the middle of the field, and Tua's terrible. Tua cannot, like the Chargers game. That was the worst game I've ever seen a quarterback play. 25 yards in the first half.
Yeah. I think the only reason why this won't happen is Chris Greer is going to be playing the what-if game that TD has mentioned. Like, if Tua goes to another team and balls out, it's another, like, Drew Brees, Tannehill situation we have on our hands. And I don't think Chris Greer wants to be, that guy that, we got Lamar. but Tua went on to win like 3 Super Bowls, and Lamar did nothing. That's the only
Yeah,
reason why I don't.
yeah. Well, if Tua goes to another team and balls out, and we got Lamar, it doesn't matter. Okay, it balances itself out. Okay, fine.
I don't
That's
think
fine.
Tua's going to
I ain't
ball out
scared.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Tua has
That's if he can
everything
get
you
on
can
the
ask
field and
for.
stay on it.
exactly.
And like, say Tua gets another concussion this year, like
He's
say
done.
week 3, he's not coming back. He's over.
He's retiring.
Yeah, we're with Skyler for the rest of the year, and then we're just wasting all the talent on like the past 2 years. We've wasted so much talent just
Mm-hmm.
trying to just cope with Tua, and it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Greg, I don't know if you remember. I don't know if I was on Larry's show or in the Spaces, but I took about his injury. I said, you know what? The injury bug will move from concussion. It'll be his back. Then it'll be his arm. Then it'll be his
Yeah.
ankle. It'll just move around.
Exactly, and this is why I want Lamar, and I'm done with Tua, is because I'm done playing the what ifs. If we had that, I'm just sick of that. I just want someone, that we can stop saying what ifs and ifs, but ifs. I'm just done with that nonsense.
And see the thing, and then another thing is, and I was saying from the first and second week in the league this year, is if Mike McDaniel, his offense, okay, when you say that offense is quote unquote QB friendly, now we saw how Tua was doing against top rated defense. He was struggling. He was struggling. Now, if his offense has to be kind of dumbed down to where he's only can throw to the middle of the field, I mean, you just taking away 75% of his opportunities. Am I wrong?
Have any of you guys watched Lamar the last couple of years?
Yes,
I know
he's been beasting.
I know the guy's like 45
he's
and
declined
16.
since hold on. He's declined since 2019. You want a QB that's more injured than 2 of the last 2 years? That can't win the playoffs. Oh, are you laughing? 14 missed games, more than 2 of the last 2 years. Knee injury. He's a run first QB. Hasn't thrown over 65% his whole career. So you want a declining QB that wants a fully guaranteed 5-year contract with knee issues at 26, and he's a run first QB. Explain why signing a QB with knee issues already, who's a run first QB, is a good idea.
Because our current
Greg
quarterback gets
Roman,
hurt once, he's done. One concussion, his career's over.
Exactly.
Lamar
The
Jackson,
Baltimore-
one knee issue he's done, and you have a fully guaranteed contract for 5
He
years.
wouldn't need to run as
what
much.
if Baltimore?
He can't pass. He runs because last year he threw 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's not a passer.
Then what's Tua then? What's the upside about having Tua as our current quarterback?
Lamar Jackson at 80% is better than Tua at 100.
Exactly.
Tua, I'm telling you, he's not mobile. He's going to take a sack or throw an interception.
Honestly, I kind of feel like the Lamar thing is like a far cry at this point. Greer has pretty much let his stance be known that he's going to rock with Tua. My biggest concern is getting a feature back, because I just keep thinking, like, watching those games last year, how much better we would look if we had a beast running back.
I mean, Mostert was running really good, but then they would take him out. I mean, I get he's not a featured back, but he was doing really solid for us.
But both of those guys have injury problems. Like, Jeff Wilson would come in and do good for, a half a game or even a whole game, but next game he's looking injured or he's not even playing. The same thing with Mostert. I feel like if we had like Derrick Henry, who the Titans are shopping, you have to load the box. Then you get one-on-ones with Waddle and Hill. Like, our offense is unstoppable at that point.
Isn't Derrick Henry also injury prone?
Yeah, I'm not a real big proponent of getting Derrick Henry being because one, I'm old school as fuck. I don't believe in paying running backs which is basically this is a passing league. We got a $30 million receiver. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm old as hell. I believe running backs are a dime a dozen. If anything, we need to fix the offensive line. Liam Eichenberg, he's a rotational piece right now. This guy is like a bull in a china shop. He has no coordination. He blocks his own guys. Like he can't pull. He can't do shit. That's part of it. And then we still managed to have 4.3 yards a carry. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. And then if you look at the stats, we were the only team that had the least amount of rushing attempts. So it's not like we can't run the ball.
Yeah. Wilson and Mostert combined for 4.8, the same yards per carry Henry had. So why pay the extra $12 million? Rather put the $12 million towards the line or linebacker.
I'm telling you right now, you heard it here, guys. Eichenberg can get fucking Tua killed. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
That's why we need Lamar.
Yeah, he'll get Lamar killed too.
Lamar can make up for
Lamar would be able to run
though.
faster than Eichenberg.
Run first QB with knee issues. You want to sign someone with knee issues. Go look at every NBA player that had knee issues before and after.
Why not? The answer to your question is Randall Cunningham. Listen, every quarterback, there's been other quarterbacks who came into the league with similar setups, and as they mature, they become pocket passers. Look at Vic. Look at Randall Cunningham.
Lamar's declined. He hasn't got better.
Yeah.
He's declined.
Lamar
was he declined?
He's declined
did he show?
2019.
He's had nobody to throw to.
Did he show
any decline when he took off for 75 fucking yards on us?
Exactly.
Did he show any decline?
And threw for what? 3 touchdowns, 300 plus yards.
Who's the last run first QB to win the Super Bowl? Could you name him?
Listen, we're looking for a running back.
Yeah, who's the last run first QB to win the
He's not a run first guy. He had to in Baltimore.
He's 100% a run first guy. What are you talking about?
Lamar solves our QB position and our running back position need at the same time. You said it yourself. Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson was rushing 4.8 with Tua as the quarterback. Imagine what they will rush with Lamar under center and having the same running back.
They'll stack
doing
the
the same
box
lineup.
against Lamar. Lamar can't pass.
I bet you a ban. I bet you a ban right now in front of everybody. If you have Lamar's talent and them motherfuckers is coming at you and you had no one open to throw to, your ass will be out too.
So we're making excuses now. No one was ever open. What do you have to make excuses?
Hold on.
Greg Roman is one of the worst offensive coordinators in the fucking.
Hold on. Let me get something straight. So you mean to tell me Tua's allowed to have those excuses for 2 years under Florida?
Yeah.
Yup.
But Lamar can't have it.
Those aren't excuses.
Hold on. No, but whenever they brought up the point that Lamar had nobody to throw to, you just brushed that off.
Hold up, TD. Let me.
So you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me that Lamar would be trash with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
No, but I don't think he's a pass first QB. And you don't want a QB that wants to guarantee.
You can't be a pass first QB when you can't be a pass first QB when you ain't got nobody to throw to.
5 years, TD. Let me flip that. So
it's gonna fall on deaf ears if you try to convince us that Lamar isn't a superstar. I mean, like, it's Lamar.
All right, so why isn't he won in the playoffs?
This is a team game, but he's been dynamite. He's an MVP.
Lamar hasn't won the playoffs.
How much has Tua won the
playoffs?
Hey, did you just
say Lamar and everybody knows who you're talking about?
Did you just hear it's supposed to be a collaborative effort? If he has no one to throw to, you're easy to scheme against.
Well,
you cannot compare. You cannot compare. You cannot say, well, Lamar hasn't won in the playoffs. The reason why is because Lamar didn't have everything around him. Tua did. You're failing to realize. Imagine Lamar with elite wide receivers, bro. Imagine him with elite wide receivers.
Lamar took the Ravens to the playoffs when they weren't supposed to be there. Lamar took the Ravens to the playoffs when they weren't supposed to be there.
And as accomplished as Tua was in college, Lamar Jackson's resume is almost as I said it. Lamar Jackson was just as dominant in college as Tua was. Heisman winner as well. So you can't even pull the pedigree. In production, in passing, in every single way, Lamar Jackson is far superior than Tua
I
Tagovailoa
love
and
it.
gives
So
us a
get
better
rid of
chance
Tua because
at
of
going to the Super
injuries.
Bowl.
But
Period.
here's
Listen,
Tua.
listen. Every time, with the exception of one time, Lamar Jackson has beat our butts. That was the only time we played. We had flow. We had doing that zero blitz. He was stifled. But I tell you what, every time we played him, dude, he's sticking to us.
And
When
through the
you
air
can
as well.
game plan
Through
for
the
him in the
air.
playoffs, he's completely shut down. So let's flip TD script. Hold on. Just let me say one thing. TD script is can't trust Tua, can't win the playoffs, can't get us to the Super Bowl, injury pro, gotta get rid of him. Lamar Jackson missed more games than Tua, injury pro, much bigger contract.
Bro, I'm gonna mute you because first of all, you're not gonna come in here and write in the narrative of what my narrative is. Him having injury concerns in Miami have been the least of TD's concerns. I have been the only one in this community around here telling y'all that injuries ain't the biggest issue. Stop ignoring the fact that he is still yet to be consistently consistent, and he is still yet to show up in the end of the season and play great football. This ain't even about injuries for me. That's just another added on icing to the cake. So don't sit here and say my narrative is he's injury prone just so that you can make a case of why we can't get Lamar. Lamar has played at the highest level in this league and been one of the most impactful players in a season in NFL history. Not no 3 games versus the Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my! So miss me with that.
I
Try
agree
to come
with
in
that.
here writing the narrative.
So let me ask you this: does Tua have a 45-16 record? Because everybody's quick to dog on Lamar, but Lamar almost has 50 wins in the span of how many years?
And an NFL
Preach,
MVP.
Cap.
Without
Preach.
wide receivers, bro, and without an O-line. Do I continue?
Preach, Cap.
Lamar will be a
Nah,
Dolphin.
they don't want me to say that. They don't want me to say. Nah, I'm gonna stay quiet, bro, because I don't want to be out here trying to like start stuff because this is all clickbait talk anyway. But man, you're not gonna argue to me 46 and 14 compared to what we've been dealing with. Get out of here, bro.
And an MVP.
And the MVP. Sorry, almost MVP.
When
A
Tua
MVP.
has not yet made playoffs.
Exactly. He hasn't even played one snap in the playoffs.
He hasn't even been around for the playoffs.
If Lamar is not dealt before the draft, and this goes after the draft, he will be a Dolphin.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you.
That is 100% guaranteed. Because the way it's stipulated right now in these contracts, Lamar, they want to tell you, the media's going to try to tell you that the Dolphins do not have any leverage. But in reality, Lamar Jackson is the one that has all the leverage. So it's up to him and his faith on where he wants to go. Because at the end of the day, he's the one that has to go ahead and sign and say, I want to be committed to this team. Any other trash bum team can go ahead and offer 2 first-round picks. We have the Jets that's in contention.
Yeah,
however, the Jets.
I mean, I don't know how things are going to work out. Listen, I don't know how things are going to work out, but everybody was quick to dog Mama Jackson. Mama Jackson seems like she's going to have the last laugh after everything's said and done.
I've been trying to tell these coconuts that's out here, Lamar Jackson controls where he goes. He don't have to have a no trade clause. He gonna be just like what's his name. You trade him, okay, wherever he go, they're gonna have to give up a gang load of assets, and he sits for a year and he's out. So look, he's forcing his way out of Baltimore. He controls that.
TD, are you cool with 5 for 230 guaranteed?
5 years, 230.
The Watson deal?
What happened? What did you say?
It's being reported that he wants something close to like the Watson deal. Are you comfortable with that for Lamar?
And what's that deal?
5 for 230.
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
Hold on. 5 for 230? Do y'all know what that is?
What? That's a lot.
No. I mean, we can do the math. 230? Ain't that $46 million a year?
It's fully guaranteed for 5 years.
Daniel Jones just got 40. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones signed?
And add insult to injury. To me, Daniel Jones is a bum.
Yeah.
I'm just asking how you feel about it, because 5 years, 230 fully guaranteed. That's a
Man,
commitment.
listen
Like,
to me. 5 years, 250 fully. I don't care. At
Yeah.
this point, we got a 2-year window. Tyreek
Yeah.
ain't gonna be here
We
in
getting
3
Lamar,
years.
baby. We getting
Exactly.
Tyreek ain't gonna be here in 3 years.
Yeah. Neither is
What are you talking
Armstead.
about, man?
Neither
Armstead
will
ain't gonna be
Xavier
here in 3
Howard.
years.
Well, look, TD, what questions me the most, man, is why is this fan base so caught up on the salary cap ramifications in a Super Bowl window?
They not caught
bro,
up in those salary cap
that's what everybody
ramifications.
said when I brought up Derrick Henry. Y'all brought up the salary cap.
No, I didn't bring it up. They not bringing up salary cap ramifications. They bringing up Tua defense ramifications. They trying to sell every reason why not to do it because they scared that Tua could be gone. It's that, and it's simple. It ain't nothing else. If you cared about this team, it don't matter. You'll be talking about how we can make it work, not why it won't work.
Absolutely.
You know,
I tell y'all all the time. I don't believe in Tua's long term. He won't work as our franchise quarterback. But don't I at least say, if you're gonna keep on with Tua, at least go get him the greatest right tackle. Go get him a left guard.
Yeah,
go
bro.
get a. Don't I tell you, if we go at least try to make it work, what we need to do?
Yeah, and then when you try to add positions of need, all you hear is, but it's going to cost too much. It's like, man, when the hell did y'all become accountants and care about that money?
They don't
so
care
we
none.
should be in the hunt for Derrick Henry.
Let me prove to you why they don't care nothing about the money. Two and ears in the comment section right now tell you, if breaking news came across right now and we gave Tua a 5-year, $300 million fully guaranteed, they'd go insane.
Yeah.
They would be going crazy happy. So they don't care nothing about no money because they don't care nothing about the team. This is about the survival of Tua Tagovailoa as a quarterback in the NFL. I'm gonna be honest with you, some of them wouldn't mind trading Tua if they knew that he could go to a good situation and he could have success. They just want him to succeed.
Oh yeah, if San Francisco
I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I'm not.
Trade him ASAP.
Stephen Ross will give Lamar Jackson whatever he wants. They want all out. They went all out for Tyreek. I want y'all to think about that too. You can't give a quarterback $20 million more than you gave Tyreek. Let it sink in. You got a 2-year window. I don't care about the money. We will be Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, we would.
Dude, Lamar Jackson, dude, he would be here for the next 10 years.
Super Bowl favorites instantly.
Yep.
And the best part is, if we potentially get Lamar Jackson post-draft, that means we already drafted. So not only do we still got young talent, those 2 first-round picks are going to be for the following 2 years. So we're still going to have multiple picks. So it's not like
correct me if I'm wrong. But the same way Tyreek Hill landed in our lap is pretty much, in essence, the same way Lamar can land in our lap if we choose to go that route.
Yeah, it's looking like that.
And I don't care about them picks. You
we don't
bring in
need
Lamar
them.
Jackson, they're gonna be 32nd anyway.
We don't need them.
I mean, we went
years without. It'll be the 32nd pick anyway. Why I care about it? So I can go get another Noah Iguodala?
Exactly. We don't need them picks.
Anyway. He can't draft anyway.
Yeah.
Man, and listen, at the end of the day, y'all know what time it is. We gonna blow it.
Yeah, we will.
Yep. Just like Watson.
You don't need premium price offensive linemen when you have Lamar Jackson.
You don't need a Derrick Henry when you got Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Why
not.
Man, give me something. Give me something, man. Everybody turns out everything.
Derrick. What you got to understand, in that RPO, our running back gonna get 1,000 yards with Lamar anyway, just like Ingram them did. They gonna get 1,000 yards anyway, putting it in their belly and letting him decide should he let him keep it or if he gonna run. And then with Tyreek them stretching the field on play action, man, it's gonna be a freakish offense, man. It's gonna be like, do y'all realize? This is what y'all gotta realize. With Tua, we're hoping to improve the run game, right?
Exactly.
And not only do you hope to improve the run game, you already, quote unquote, got the passing game down, even though it's limited because we can't throw the ball past 50 yards to hit a receiver in stride 80% of the time. And that's it. But with Lamar, you got the run game because they worrying about if he can keep it. That defensive end coming down the edge of the line, he can't just automatically decide to dive
Explode
on
up
the
the
running
field.
back. He got to worry about the quarterback now. And then you getting deep passes over the top, not thrown up as a Hail Mary for a jump ball. Not only that, you got the running element of Lamar. You got the full package. Tell me what this offense won't be able to do. What facet of any offense would this one not be able to do? And whether you want to think Lamar is inaccurate or whatever, the one thing he can do is throw an intermediate pass. He can hit those guys coming across the middle because he's done it all his time with his tight end and loves it. I'm sorry.
Yo, just like McDaniel's scheme for Tua, he's gonna have to do less scheming for Lamar Jackson because he can create on his own. See, Tua, this offense is built around his inefficiencies.
Exactly. This offense is limited. We're not even able to open up the playbook because of Tua. We got to get the ball out quick. Do we got to get it out quick with Lamar? Nope. Because he's going to extend the play if he have to, if the line break down. We got to get it out quick so Tua don't get hit. But Lamar at least can escape some of that.
You know what's one thing that I don't get, TD? People always try to bring up.
Is that Jason?
People, yeah, what's up?
What's up, J-Dog?
What's up, man? But what I was saying was people always try to say, oh, defenses have figured Lamar out or this, that, and the third. Doesn't it speak volumes that Harbaugh fired Roman, who, they were really close friends, and they're still bringing in a new offense, even though they knew that they probably weren't going to keep Lamar regardless, that they probably weren't going to agree to terms regardless. And then you also have that Ravens offense that multiple guys have always said they didn't like to be part of it. It was just the most boring, one-dimensional offense that they've been a part of. And yet, whenever we go back to the Tua excuses, well, we can't put year 1 and 2 on Tua because those offenses weren't good. We didn't have McDaniel's scheme. Imagine if McDaniel was here year 1 and 2. Well, imagine if Lamar had an offensive coordinator that schemed things rather than a designed run. Imagine
Y'all
if
know
the
how
Ravens,
many? Yeah, do you know how many run lanes Tua had where he could have took off?
And here's the thing. I always try to tell people Lamar is not a predominantly run first. Greg Roman is scheming him to be run first. And people say, oh, well, why does he do this with his receivers? Why does it name a receiver on the Ravens that's dominant enough to where defenses have to scheme against them?
Nobody. He's
Tell
never
him,
had
Jay.
anybody.
Man. TD, fellas, what's going on, man? Let me get
So can we? So in fairness, can we say Josh Allen is a run first quarterback?
He's not a run first quarterback.
Okay, so what I'm saying, he's actually got someone to throw to. They have designed runs for him, but he's not 60% of the offense.
Mountie, I said it yesterday. Yeah. Lamar played 4 less games than Daniel Jones. He has more passing yards, and the same amount of rushing yards. And nobody is saying that Daniel Jones is a running QB. I mean, people are saying they don't think he deserves to be paid, but nobody is calling him a running QB. Nobody is saying, oh, his game solely relies on the run. Nobody is saying that.
Jason, first of all, Daniel Jones is a bomb. I'm saying that, y'all. I'm going on record and saying on wax and saying that he's a bomb. I said that when he was in Duke. He's a bum. He got just as many interceptions.
I won't call him a bum.
Well,
one on our team that ain't got us to the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's got just as many interceptions. He got just as many interceptions as touchdowns. Like, dude, he's trash.
He got his team to the playoffs.
Deep down in your heart of hearts, he's a bum. He's a
bum.
But
hey, listen to the argument. People in this fan base crying for a guy to stay on this team that ain't got us to the playoffs. Every year he falls like a wet food stamp when it comes to the end of the season. People crying for this guy to be the guy. He ain't proven that he can be the guy. And the guy is mediocre and up and down. That guy, Tua. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. For the people who against this Lamar deal, this the difference. You get Lamar on this team, you instant contenders. You get Tua on this team as your quarterback, we don't even know if we go into the playoffs this season with him because he have yet to do it. He didn't get us to the playoffs this year. You know what I mean? And this is the last thing I'm gonna say, TD, and I'm gonna be out, man. But I want y'all to really delve on this thing, man. This Dolphin fan base need to really think about this. For those who've been around for the Trent Green days with this Dolphins team, do you remember we had Trent Green? Do you remember what made him quit the game of football? When he had that concussion, I believe it was in London. That was the last time he played for the Dolphins, and I think he had 2 concussions.
When he got kneed in the head? When he got kneed in the head?
Yeah, I believe he got 2 concussions that year, and he never played again. I'm not hitching my wagon to a guy who can't stay healthy, man, and paying the contract. You saw what Gino just got today? Man, come on, man. This Tua talk needs to stop, man. Go get Lamar, bring that kid home. And one thing I know about Lamar, we ain't got no headaches. We ain't got no head injuries to worry about with him. If Tua get a head injury, you best believe he's gonna be out at least 3 games.
Hey, I just confirmed that there's no such thing as a 15th deadline for him to reach a deal with another team.
Let's go.
You got all season.
Go get that guy,
if
man.
He want it, he can wait till after the draft all he wants. And Miami could still sign him on an offer sheet after the draft.
So I have a question. I have a question though. I don't know if you've noticed, but all of these teams are coming out and saying that they don't think the Commanders, the Falcons, the Panthers. What do you think? Do you think they rather take a risk on the draft? Do you think the owners are maybe trying to send Lamar a message? Why do you think all of these teams are coming out and they're saying, okay, no, we don't think we're going to pursue him?
It's a bunch of crap. First of all, Lamar has to be willing to want to go to their teams.
Okay.
So, I mean, just imagine at the combine, the Falcons saying, hey, let's talk Lamar deal. And they find out Lamar don't want to go to y'all anyway. Hey, we're not pursuing Lamar Jackson.
Because I do find it interesting how they said at the draft they were having all of these great conversations.
Yeah, how you having all these talks at the combine, and all of a sudden we have no interest in going after Lamar.
All of a sudden, right? Yeah.
No, he don't have. The first thing you got to find out is who are you interested in going to? Is there a team that you'll deny going to? And Lamar has been shut mouth with the Ravens, and that's why they really mad because he don't even answer their phone calls half the time. Hey, let me hit these super chats. Some people giving their hard-earned money real quick. If the Dolphins pass on Lamar, and I think Tua is the answer, we are in serious trouble, and I mean serious trouble. Get Lamar in Super Bowl bound, and think Tua is the answer. I agree, Zach, but that's what might just happen. We might beat our own. We might beat our own undefeated season with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, we will.
That's tough. That's tough. I ain't gonna say no, but that's tough. Sign Lamar and show everyone we are serious about winning a ship. It will restore faith in the franchise. Kerry P. Or well, yeah, it would. But it would be a lot of people that are really upset.
I won't.
And I'm here.
I won't. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something.
That's what I don't understand that, man. Nobody should be upset at all, man. If it's about the logo, like we've been saying for years, we should not care about any like individual, sentimental attachments to players, bro. Because these guys leave after 4 years anyway if they're not balling. We're the only ones that stick around, not them.
Tua, first of all, just to think of Tua being on this roster again, running it back with Tua, who's a high risk of being injured in some capacity where he misses multiple games. And then on top of that, you're not even available for the postseason. But we need you the most. What is going on?
I'm just saying if the rumors are true and what actions do speak louder, But you guys shut him down for the rest of the year where we were on a playoff berth. We could have probably. I mean, you guys have all this confidence that we could beat the Bills, and then you guys go get Mike Glennon. Like, what's going on? It's either our front office
They
is
should.
just incompetent, or what is it? Do you really have faith in the guy? He said he wanted to come back, but
Well,
you guys just get
Jason,
Mike Glennon.
they have so much they have so much faith into it that they didn't want to risk his long term health because they know what he means to this franchise for the next 10 years. They said, "We'll just concede the season. Who cares about this season? Let's keep Tua healthy." That was more important to the franchise than winning a playoff game this year.
Yo, I'm gonna
That
tell you,
shows
yo,
you how much they value
The current
Tua.
roster that we have.
let me just keep it real with you.
You
My
are
boy,
true.
yeah, let me just keep it a
But
buck with
Teron
you.
Armstead had to play.
My boy is down
Oh
in
my
down.
God.
Let me just keep it real with you. Tua is look. Only reason Tua is still on this roster is because Tua is good for business. He sells tickets. He sells merch. He lines Ross's pockets. He's good for business. Dude, the following down there for Tua is like phenomenal.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
for business. For business.
Because he's
And they
great.
gonna let Tua come,
He's a
and they
great
gonna let
player.
Tua play this year and burn and crash. They gonna let him burn
That's
and
what you said
crash.
last year.
No, I didn't say that last year. I said
It
if
was
he
a
get
proven year. Every year is
his
proven
number,
year, right?
I said his numbers will go up because you got Tyreek and Armstead now. But they carried
And
him.
they're
He
going to go
didn't carry
down this
nobody.
year. Okay, so why they didn't carry Kyler?
Absolutely.
Even the people that they slate as the biggest Tua haters in the media said his numbers were gonna go. I think even Colin Cowherd, who we already know how he feels about Tua, said, "Oh yeah, Tua's numbers are gonna go up, and everybody's gonna drink the Kool-Aid. They're gonna say, oh wow, we got him. You know, he's that guy." But don't fall for it because you got Tyreek Hill.
But they
You
just
got
didn't
a
go up.
friendly
They
system.
just
You got Jalen Waddle.
it's not like they went up and he put average numbers up. His numbers were out of this world. I mean, he would have if he played a full season and you project the games that he played into a 17-game season, it would have been close to 5,000 yards. It would have been over. It would have been almost 40 touchdowns.
Yeah,
It's not like he was average.
Versus he was
Well,
phenomenal versus bottom.
what it seems is
Every
Tua
defense in the
easy.
NFL is good.
Tua's
The
easy to
NFL.
scheme. Tua's easy to scheme against. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
He's easy to scheme against. He's easy to scheme for. A lot of these guys that he's throwing to wide open guys. I've never really seen that before. Like
He's not throwing it.
Now
Hey,
hats off to Mike
listen.
McDaniel for scheming
All right, go.
these guys. Hats off. It's twofold. First of all, when you got a wide receiver tandem like Waddle and Tyreek Hill, that explosive. You have to respect their speed, so you're gonna have to give up a lot of cushion, and then you get and then to add the scheming with Mike McDaniel, it makes them unguardable. So it makes it easy.
Now let me tell you why you're wrong. There's no such thing as a magical offense that can consistently scheme open wide open receivers. This is just something that you guys say to downgrade to it.
T-Rich, you're right. Hold on. You're right. There is no magical offense that can just keep doing that. That's why by the time we reach San Francisco, the Chargers and all of them, it ceased to exist anymore. It was
But the offense
figured out.
wasn't anything new. No, the offense wasn't figured out. It wasn't anything new that people haven't seen before.
It was figured out. The San Francisco 49ers themselves told you what the game plan was. All you had to do, the San Francisco 49ers said, all we got to do is take
49ers figured out everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. It's a scheme. But then the Chargers did it. They didn't figure everybody out. That was one of the best games
They used a
played
different
all
scheme.
season.
They did a different defense than the 49ers.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to T. Rich, man. I can't believe this
We're
man.
finding multiple ways to stop it now.
T. Rich, you've been going 3 years spewing the same propaganda, man. I can't believe you're still consistent with that propaganda jive, man.
Nah, but you know what, Cap Select, you know what? The first year, people said I was delusional, and then every year he steadily kept getting better and better. He's gonna take another offseason jump
Oh
this
my
year.
gosh, this
I
man
look
ain't
less and
getting
less
better.
delusional every year.
This man
I
ain't
look
getting
less and
better.
less delusional every year.
year. He
I was,
hasn't. He sucks.
I was through with Tua, man. With Tua, say he can't
What?
see over the line.
What is he talking about?
Hey, let me take you back down memory lane. Remember when the Rams had Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Falk, all of them? It's Mike Martz's
Yeah.
scheme in a combination with all that talent around him made them almost virtually unguardable. Like it's no magic offense, but when you have talent by scheme, it makes it hard to guard you.
I'm with you,
Y'all
Mountie,
think
but if we
y'all think
start,
it's Tua.
hold on, TD. But TD, if we start discrediting quarterbacks who are surrounded by talents, we got to start taking back gold jackets. I mean,
No.
if we really have to start discrediting quarterbacks who had elite receivers, we have to start taking back gold jackets.
No. Okay. Hold on.
Montana, we need that back. Montana, we need that back.
Let me respond to that.
Kurt Warner, we need that back.
Let me respond to that, okay? T. Rich, what you have to realize is that league is not the same league now.
Yeah.
It is not the same. We're not talking about a $50 million contract on a team. There was no quarterback disparities in salaries back then. When you talk about Kurt Warner's and all that, what the highest paid was getting 6 versus 2, the disparities were totally different. This is a new era where it matters. You cannot say that anymore. What a quarterback making $6 million back then didn't necessarily hurt the talent around the team. But a quarterback making 50 now does. So it matters what you have around you. So now you gauge quarterbacks off of how much can you do with less? How much do we have to put around you to make you great? This player, we might have to go get 10 elite players. That player, we might only need to go get 5. They all need elite players, but some need more than others. That's what
Can
I'm
I
saying.
tell you why you're wrong?
Go ahead.
I don't think just because you have a highly paid QB doesn't mean you have to sacrifice the talent on the offense. You can just sacrifice the talent on the defense. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs have done.
But again,
The Kansas City Chiefs have never said we're not gonna surround Patrick Mahomes with talent. Patrick Mahomes will always be surrounded with talent. He'll always have the number 1 offensive line.
T-Rich. Now that's the difference between the two and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
They can sacrifice talent on defense. If our defense go out there and give up 35 every week, and Tua goes out there and put up 32, which is phenomenal, right? Because of all the talent we put around them, and we're 6-11, who are you going to blame?
But they haven't given him the offensive line that Patrick Mahomes.
Did you answer the question? Who are you going? No, if we give Tua the offense, if we give Tua everything on offense, because remember, I said if Tua go out there and put up 32 a game, which is phenomenal, right? Right. But if the defense giving up 35 a game and you only win 6, who you gonna blame?
It's on Tua. Just like Russell Wilson, when he had Megatron and Lockett and he had a good offensive line, he wasn't putting up the points. He was still struggling. That was on right.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
With Tua, you can go load up on everything, and if the defense suck, will he still carry you over the top? Mahomes, we know he can.
But Tua has never had everything. Tua has never had everything.
Listen, Tua got more than
people think just because you throw 2 receivers on there, you got everything.
T-Rich.
He got handed everything in Alabama. What are you talking about, bro?
Tua has more than 80% of the NFL right now, T-Rich.
Nah, I disagree.
How do you disagree?
What was his line rate last year?
Hold on. See, no, we're not talking about what is ranked because nobody. What you got? 2 teams in the league that got 5 great offensive linemen. Buffalo got a worse O-line if you really want to argue it.
Yeah.
That's why Josh Allen's running all
Everybody don't have everything. You're failing to realize we got Connor Williams, Hunt, Teron Armstead. That's more than a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Dude, Tua got more than
Patrick Mahomes. Hey, listen.
He had more than Tannehill.
I'm not trying to take any. I'm not trying to take anything away from Mahomes, but he has a top 5 offensive line every year since he's been in the league.
That's
every
good.
year.
That's good. That's good.
Number one pass rate last year.
What you're sitting here trying to tell us, T-Rich, is this. If we get 2 of the best O-line in the league, then it don't matter how many points the defense give up, he gonna carry them. He gonna carry us.
Yep.
T-Rich, you got real quick, T-Rich. You got Armstead. You got Armstead.
He gonna carry you just like Mahomes.
Hey, you got Armstead, you got Williams, and you got Hunt, right?
Yeah.
TD, if I'm not mistaken, TD, weren't they, top 10 in their positions? So you got 3 guys top 10 in their position on the O-line. The guy got concussed while holding onto the ball for more than 5 seconds. Do you want 10 seconds in the pocket from this O-line?
He shouldn't need that much time to begin with.
I'm saying he had
He
enough
wasn't getting
time.
5 seconds.
He got 4.8.
He was getting rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds. See, y'all just making him feel he was getting rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds per play.
That's
okay, so why did he get concussed on 4.5 seconds?
How long did he have the ball?
One play. It's one play.
That was 2 times, T-Rich. It was 2 times, T-Rich. Come on. 4.5 seconds, 5.6 on the other one. I'm being generous.
Tom Brady, when he was with the Patriots, was
I'm
able
confused.
to strike motherfuckers out by just picking them apart in less than 3 seconds throwing the ball.
How are you confused, my friend?
How much Tua's got.
Tua does that. Y'all just nitpicking. Y'all are cherry picking a couple of plays and make it seem like
those 4.5 seconds got him concussed.
There's no
those 4.5 seconds got him in concussion protocol. How am I?
It's been
cherry
like
picking.
that
Get out of here, T-Rich.
He probably had 500. He probably had.
Hold on, T-Rich.
He had 400 plays, and you're picking up 3 plays.
Here's some Alabama history, right? Because I know you love your team.
Yeah.
What was the story that came out with Nick Saban?
Alma mater.
Where Nick Saban told Tua when he.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He threw a game winner. Nick Saban told Tua.
Y'all going deep in the ball today.
Nah, come on, T-Rich. We're giving you examples. You don't like it?
Going deep in the ball.
Habit that Tua has had since college. It doesn't matter how much time you give him in the pocket. He is going to try. And the thing is this: the guy has had track meet wide receivers since college.
Yeah.
At one point, he had 4 of the fastest dudes in college: Ruggs, Waddle. You guys know Judy,
Devontae Smith.
So he's always had track meet guys with insane separation, and yet he still is taking 5-6 seconds and getting his head knocked in. So what makes you think at the NFL level where he's facing guys
listen,
who are faster and stronger, right? What makes you think at the NFL level he's suddenly going to change? It doesn't matter how many times you give this guy the ball. The results are
one time I heard TD say he cringes. I heard TD say he cringes every time he hears the national media talk about Dolphins football because they don't even know their names. And I cringe when people talk about Alabama and talk about Tua's career at Alabama because I know you guys didn't watch the game. I know you guys don't know what you're talking about. It's just narrative.
You would never want that.
It's all narrative.
Come on, my brother. Come on,
people who
man.
say Alabama was surrounded by 5-star talent is all narrative.
Everything is a narrative to you. If Tua doesn't,
is it false or is it true though?
Well, it's McDaniel.
No, is it false or is it true, T-Rich?
Is what true? That he had good receivers in college.
That he's been around 5-star talent since he's been there.
O-line, wide receivers.
This is what I don't understand. Like, let's get back to this Mahomes conversation thing, right?
It doesn't make sense.
Does Mahomes not run for his life and improvise on a lot of plays?
Pretty much.
No. Yes and no.
Majority.
No, because this is what the casual fan thinks. If a quarterback holds the ball for 4 seconds, which is adequate enough time to find a receiver, if he holds the ball for 4 seconds and then runs, he's running for his life. No, that's not running for his life. That's him trying to make up for his deficiencies. Jalen Hurts has one of the top offensive lines in the NFL. He's not running for his life. He's just doing what he does best. It's not because his offensive line is bad and he's making something happen.
Quarterback sneaks are his forte.
Tua Tagovailoa had protection last year. Let's not sit here and act like he didn't. We sat here and watched the all 22s every week of clean pockets. He had the pressures just as many as other people in this league. Matter of fact, our quarterbacks were some of the least. He barely ever got sacked. He got, now mind you, the system gets rid of the ball quick. All I'm trying to say to you is this. Regardless of how much time Mahomes get versus Tua, they all end up trying to improvise and extend plays. Patrick Mahomes does it so much more than Tua Tagovailoa because he has the athleticism and ability to do so. He also has the athleticism and ability to extend plays. To be quite honest with you, if you take just that element away from Patrick Mahomes, do they win Super Bowls like that? Do they win Super Bowls?
If Patrick Mahomes had the Miami Dolphins offensive line, his improvising would not look the same.
If you take away his improvisation, what do you mean? That's why you improvise, because you got to get out of there.
No, it's easy. It's easy to improvise when you have a good offensive line because there are more passing lanes. You probably have to worry about one guy giving up pressure. You don't have a collapsing pocket, so it's easier to escape.
Now what you're telling me, T. Rich, is if we had a better O-line, Tua would be a better improviser like
I'm not saying that. No, I didn't say that because that's not his style. That's not his game. No, I'm saying it's easier to improvise when you have a great offensive line.
But what I am
you're trying to paint the picture to your fans that
what I am asking you is give both of them 4 seconds to throw the ball. You're still gonna have to get out of there and improvise sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahomes improvises by
give both of them 4 seconds. Let's make everything equal. Give both of them 4 seconds. Is Mahomes making more plays improvising than Tua? Yes or no?
I give you one better. One ankle. One ankle.
That's
give
all
him
I'm
one
saying
ankle.
to you. There are levels to this. We want to make it seem like you give him an O-line and these levels will disappear and Tua will be a great. We want to make it seem like there is no difference if you give him what you give Mahomes. You got to stop
You give
that.
Mahomes one ankle, bro. One ankle. All Mahomes needs is one ankle. He'll get you to a Super Bowl. One ankle. You're not going to argue that.
So what happened in the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes?
What happened in the Super Bowl?
Game's over, guys.
What happened with the Super Bowl?
Not getting any other quarterback.
If he had a less offensive line, why he didn't make something happen in the Super Bowl?
Miami's up.
Elaborate. Hold on. Elaborate for me. What do you mean?
Jeff
I'm saying
Miami's up any other quarterback this offseason.
Okay.
Retweeted by Scheffner.
I can't hear you. What you say?
Jeff, can you hear me now? Adam Scheffner retweeted Jeff says Miami not pursuing any other quarterback this offseason.
So they're pursuing other quarterbacks.
That's not even news.
Yeah, they're pursuing other quarterbacks to compete for to bring in for competition.
He broke up. Stop.
No, I'm saying T. Rich. Even if it's for a backup. Even if it's for a backup, wasn't that the narrative last week?
Not to compete for a position.
No. Not compete.
You guys
for
are
a position.
reaching.
I'm not saying the starter, T. Rich. I'm talking about the backup. They're not interested in getting no.
Yeah, but they're not signing a. Yeah, but not to compete for a starting position. They're not signing a backup for
but that ain't what he's saying.
Competition.
But that's not what he's saying. He's saying Dolphins aren't pursuing any quarterback.
Did you see what Ian Rappaport? Did you see what Ian Rappaport said?
Or any other quarterback, it says.
I can't hear. Did he say that we will or we will not?
Will not. If Jeff Darlington tweeted out, Adam Scheffner retweeted it.
So far, no NFL team. Every NFL team says they're not pursuing Lamar Jackson.
I don't even know why y'all waste energy discussing this. It's so silly.
Because we have an injury.
T-Rich, we discussed it. We discussed it.
Y'all are so gullible.
I want to talk Derrick Henry, T-Rich.
Hold on. Nobody's being gullible. It's just simple. Dolphin fans are tired of this mediocre quarterback. So we want better for our team, even
No,
if they don't
TD,
do
you know
better.
better.
Hold on.
TD, you know
Hold
better.
on. Even if they don't do better, T-Rich, we're discussing it because we're tired of the mediocrity. We're tired of the foolishness of being fooled by 3 games thinking that we have something. Dolphin fans are getting tired.
Yeah.
They keep on trying to sell us false hope.
Yeah.
That's why we're not being gullible. I opened this stream saying Dolphins ain't getting nobody. It's tour time.
Exactly.
But they need to.
Yeah.
They need to.
Yeah.
Listen,
People
T.
over
Rich,
this
I'm willing
crap,
to
man.
compromise, bro. I'm willing to compromise with T. Rich. Derrick Henry's from Alabama, bro. We put
Let's
him in the
compromise.
fourth quarter when everybody's dying down, and we kill him in the fourth quarter with the ground and pound, bro. We'll be up by 12. I'm just okay. Just think about it.
If Tua is the guy that T-Rich says he is, he doesn't need a Derrick Henry. We could just do everything great with Mostert. I mean, Mostert almost had over 1,000 yards before he got injured.
Yeah,
Just
I
shore up
don't
the
think you need a
O-line,
Derrick
right?
Henry. I mean,
Just shore up the
I wouldn't
O-line,
invest
right?
in a
That's all
running
we need
back
to do. Just shore up
in
the
the back end
O-line,
of his
right?
career.
That's always been
Just
the
make the O
narrative. Just
line
shore up the
better.
O-line. We do not need a premium running back.
Yeah.
Just shore up the O-line.
But why is it we've been saying it for almost 25 plus years and we just can't get it right? We got the best left tackle. We got a good center. We got a good guard. What's the
Maybe
problem?
it's true. This organization.
Robert Hunt, he kind of digressed to me this year. So when you say we got a good guard, it's like I don't know if I 100% buy into that. He was
What
okay
I
this
want to
year.
know is
This
Robert
was
Hunt
his
was
worst
fine. He
year.
just had injuries.
why
I
wouldn't
mean, the whole
we?
line.
Injuries. I feel like he had like 2 false starts every game.
Well, that
He
dude
had
was
some
fired.
whips.
So the O-line coach was fired. So we have a new O-line coach who, I mean, we'll see what he does because people say he's
Look,
worse.
this is why I think you guys are gullible. This the Dolphins are not pursuing another quarterback. They're not trying to replace Tua. Everyone knows that, but because you
Yeah, we
guys
know
buy
that.
into it, people will continue.
No,
No,
we
no,
don't
no, no.
buy
Hold on,
into
Cap.
it. The
People will
problem is,
hold on, Cap.
Let them
People
finish.
will
Let them
continue
finish.
to lie to y'all because these lies sell. They make money. When I can't remember the name, Josino, when she came up and said that lie and you guys bought in, she made money. She gained clout. And what did Ian Rappaport say about
no.
that on Pat McAfee show? He said, I'm not trying to destroy anybody's credibility or anything. But that's just not true. It's not
T-Rich, what does
true.
Yeah,
But
gullible?
you guys
T-Rich,
buy
what does
into it.
gullible mean? Hold on, y'all. Watch this. T-Rich, what does gullible
You
mean?
believe anything.
So T-Rich,
You believe just about anything. Yeah.
hold on. You believe anything someone tell you, right? How is having
Yeah.
your own opinion got something to do with being gullible? We're tired of Tua talking about Lower. We want Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
We don't care what nobody reports. Ain't nobody sit here and say, "Hey, Lamar coming here because this person said he is." Nobody said that. We're tired of Tua. We want Lamar. How is that gullible? Get your
If Lamar
definitions
didn't
right,
get
bro. You know
the
what the you know
Yeah,
what now
okay.
you wanna know what's
Yeah.
gullible? Believing Tua is a franchise quarterback.
He is the franchise.
if Lamar
Gullible.
if Lamar didn't get
I have a question for you, T-Rich.
whole season. That's gullible, man.
Hold on, I have a question for T-Rich and all Tua fans. Why is it
What's up,
that
Jason?
someone like Adam Schefter can go on that same show that you was talking about and make a prank saying, "Oh my God, Lamar Jackson got traded to the Commanders," and nobody jumps on his back. Nobody says, "Oh, his journalistic integrity is that, this, that, and the
Yeah,
third."
he
Everybody
did. You
just
did that.
laughs and moves on, right? Some people don't even know he did it. Meanwhile, Josina
I didn't.
can't say, "This is what I heard." And people
Because
automatically
it's
talking about,
against
"Oh, she's doing it
Tua.
for clicks. She's doing it
Because
to
it's
become a
not
liar."
good for Tua. But listen, this is what is
Why
so
no one else
this
reported that?
shout
Schefter can
out.
lie.
Hey,
Schefter can make up a prank and lie. But
shout out to
Josina
K
is enemy
shout
number
out to the
one.
homie. Shout out to the homie K Flexing. This explains it. He put this on Twitter, and this is all we're saying. K Flexing tweeted this. Tua ears. Just let us have a few days of hoping for Lamar. We know it's not gonna happen, and we can go right back to our regularly scheduled program of praying Tua stays healthy and arguing about how much better he is than all the other QBs when he is. That's it.
I respect
We
that.
know we ain't getting
I respect
Lamar.
that.
Can we hope? Can we talk about what we really want, even though we know we're not going to get it? It's
That's
that
how you do
simple,
it, bro.
T-Rich.
And at
Tua
least
talking about lower pays for a fan base that more than half of them don't even want him anymore. That's the truth. It's the truth.
That's not true.
And at
More
least
than
when he
half the
doesn't work
fans
out,
don't even
people would
want
know
him
that there was
anymore.
a good amount that
They
didn't want
over
him.
it.
Only people who, your fellow Tua haters. They the only people that don't want Tua.
Hey,
The Miami Dolphin fans look to a Hard Rock Stadium was chanting his name.
That crowd growing bigger and bigger, and many Dolphin fans don't like Tua. It's really the Tua-neers from Alabama overshadowing it. We inherited in a full fan base, a whole fan base from Alabama. We inherited,
and a white.
So you think that's the majority? No, that's just your normal rooting crowd with another 20% that root for him because they ain't into the day-to-day stuff. They just regular, normal Dolphin fans that don't follow the ins and outs, and they just root for whoever here regardless.
TD, you know what it really is? You know what it really is? When you say something about Tua, they do the same thing they do to Josina Anderson. They get 10, 15 of their friends, and they all attack you and call you disgusting, vulgar names. And they just assume your silence is you saying, okay, I'll bet. So people don't, it's more people that don't like Tua. They just don't want the crazy Tua fans to start calling them out of their names.
They're over his experience. They're over the Tua experience.
Why would I say anything about Tua when I know some weirdo is going to come and cuss me out and call me disrespectful words?
More in love with Tua and not in love with Tua's play.
Hey Jason, if I was in the media and I had a blue check mark and I said the Dolphins organization is pursuing Joe Montana, y'all be like, oh, we about to get Joe Montana. We about to get Joe Montana. I mean, y'all believe anything. That's why you hear the Tom Brady reports. That's why you hear the Lamar reports.
Hey, at this point, they can pursue
Zach Wilson. Phillip Rivers this week is coming to Miami.
At this point, they can pursue Zach Wilson.
It's the same thing with Mina Kimes. You guys attacked Mina Kimes, and y'all made Mina Kimes feel so uncomfortable. She don't even want to tweet about the Dolphins anymore. That's what Tua fans do. You guys harass and berate anybody that does anything that's not positive about Tua.
There are more people that don't want Tua than y'all think. They just don't want to be bullied by y'all.
Yeah.
And they actually do have a natural fear or they avoid confrontation.
That's what it is. That's what it is, TD. They scared to really speak up how they really feel, man. Really.
Yeah, because Tua fans, all they do is just attack you. They talk, they cuss you out, and nobody wants to deal with that.
Nobody going into next.
Why is this fan base wanting to keep the mediocrity when we could get Lamar and become a dominant team? Why aren't y'all wanting to win?
Hey, TD.
They only care about one person, and that's Tua playing.
They in love with Tua. They in love with Tua himself. They'll sleep in the bed with Tua right now. If they could,
yeah, they would.
I ain't going that far now. I ain't getting into all that.
Hey,
TD, I'm getting ready to
People take it too far.
Listen, man, we coming up on
himself, man. These people be coming at every aspect of his life, man. Like these people. It's one thing to be a fan of a player, but when you start attacking people, attacking their family, calling them different disgusting names, like, come on, like Tua doesn't know any of you. I mean, I like Lamar Jackson.
Now hold on, TD.
Dolphins YouTuber, man, that you can't talk about Tua.
Before you get out of here, you guys are painting the pictures as if Tua haters are these bullies. Do y'all ever see the Tua haters? They are consistent.
Hey, T-Rich.
Full force every single day. Wake up in the morning. Let me hate Tua.
T-Rich. That's why I want Tua gone because it's all toxic, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, say that because you never talk about the Tua haters.
I've always said
you never talk about what they were saying when Tua was. You never talk about what they were saying when he was laying on that field in Cincinnati.
Why am I going to talk about something that they bucket me in anyway?
Because they're your supporters. They love you.
No,
they love you, TD. You know it.
I got Tua loving supporters. I got all kinds of supporters. But listen,
I don't can't discredit the base. That's the base.
What are your thoughts on Mac?
Tua.
Mac Jones isn't good. I mean, he's solid. Listen, I'm not a fan of just any Alabama player. If I was a fan of just all Alabama players, I would be a fan of every single player in the league because all our players
That's true, because we
constantly are
never hear you
drafted
say
to the
anything about
NFL.
Waddle. We got two
Yeah,
other
I love
bangers on
Waddle.
the team. You act
I
like they
watched
don't
Waddle
stink.
since he was 18 years old. I love Waddle.
Hey,
I never hear you say anything about Waddle.
let me help y'all out on something too, because they're starting to list all these teams that are coming out right now saying they will not be pursuing Lamar Jackson. Let me be clear with y'all what's happening right now. A lot of teams aren't going to pursue. A lot of teams aren't going to pursue him in the current situation. Man, who is that? Who is that? Oh, a lot of teams aren't going to be pursuing him via the non-exclusive because it's going to be embarrassing for them if Baltimore matches it. You got to look at, say Miami was eligible to pursue him non-exclusive. Imagine offering him a deal and matching it and you still stuck with Tua. That's a train wreck you don't want.
Do you have to give up 2 first rounds?
You got to give up 2 first rounders, but you also got to make an offer
That's
for the
expensive.
contract.
TD.
And a max deal. You have to make him the highest paid player in the NFL and give us 2 first rounds.
It ain't worth the embarrassment as well, just in case they do match it. So a lot of teams that say they're not in it now, if nobody does it and they just put him on the regular trade block, I promise you he's going to get traded. And those same teams that's out, they will then be in because they get to talk their own contract with them. They don't have the risk of the embarrassment with the current quarterback that they currently have. They don't have that risk because there are some teams that have a quarterback now that they would even move on from, but they can't risk making that public. Miami's a prime example of that. You think they want to risk making it public, going after Lamar and not getting him?
Mm-hmm. TD,
that's the disaster.
TD, I
If
could
it
also
wasn't for
add
the
in this
non-exclusive
is the
tag,
fact
this wouldn't
that
even
they
be a
don't
thing.
want the whole thing with Watson to happen again. Because remember how upset a lot of owners were when the Browns gave Watson that contract.
Yeah, they were mad.
I think this is owners saying we're not going to give no other QB a fully guaranteed for that amount of money. We taking a strike.
Well, guess what?
Season we heard how upset owners and GMs were about that. They still spiked the Browns for that contract.
Well, guess what? If he becomes on the trade block and it's not a non-exclusive, where it'll be all public if you negotiate, if he's just on the regular trade block where they'll never know that you put an offer in, these same teams will be inquiring.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what was the difference between Atlanta at the combine having all these conversations about it and now all of a sudden we are not pursuing Lamar Jackson? On the non-exclusive.
I think the owners are sending a message. And they're telling QBs, hey, that little stunt Deshaun pulled, we not going to go for that no more. You guys going to try to sit out for 2 years and you think you're just going to find a team that's going to save you? No, all of these owners are just turning their back and you just got to get dealt the way the team wants to deal you.
Yeah, the Ravens have been doing Lamar bad, though. I'm not going to lie about that. I mean, franchising him over and over again. But I think teams who have a mobile quarterback like Lamar, they're afraid to make that long-term investment because his ability is based off of his legs. And your legs are going to decline the older you get in your career. Same with Kyler Murray. I think Arizona, they were reluctant about giving Kyler the max. And now Kyler tore his ACL, and no telling what type of player he's going to be when he comes back. So I think it's the same with Lamar. I think the Ravens are afraid to max out Lamar. It's not that they don't want to. He's not a pocket quarterback.
But T-Rich,
like they run read option. He takes hits.
T-Rich, football is changing, period. All college teams, even you guys at Bama, all college teams are switching to the more mobile quarterbacks. There could be guys with legs like Lamar. There could be guys with legs like Mahomes. But all teams are starting to shift their attention to guys who
is true.
Who have but the guys like Ben Roethlisberger, you probably won't see another Ben Roethlisberger for a long time.
But this is the thing. QBs are they are becoming more mobile, and they're also accumulating more money. So that's like. It's like a negative and a negative, right? Like you're running, you're putting your health in danger, and we got all this money invested into you. That's difficult for an organization to make that type of commitment. I'm telling you, Arizona went through the same thing. Ravens do not want to pay him because they're afraid he's going to get hurt. It's not because they hate Lamar. It's not because they don't think he's elite. It's not that they don't think he's top 5. Why don't you think they want to pay him?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I already told you why they won't pay Lamar.
I think they just
why they won't pay him?
They have a fundamental belief that they can Flacco this thing or Trent Dilfer it. They don't believe in the big deal.
But they messed out Flacco. They made Flacco the highest paid player in NFL history after he won it.
After he won the Super Bowl, after they declined to pay him originally, and after they won the Super Bowl, what happened with Flacco? They regretted it. They regretted it. They're gonna live off of that principle. We won with Trent Dilfer that way. We won with Flacco without giving him the money, and then we actually gave him the money, and we should have stuck to our principles. They fundamentally believe they're not gonna pay a quarterback big money because they can figure out a way to win without it. That's their fundamental belief. And they learned from the Flacco deal. I mean, does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. The Ravens, they're one of those teams that know how to win. So
yeah, they want to go
that.
defense first, get a run game, and just hope that the quarterback ain't a bum, but he's good enough that they need barely better than Huntley. Like literally, Jimmy G would do better over there with the defense and stuff. He might do better over there than in San Francisco. The way that they play, the way that they call it, he might. They think. I'm telling you, they will go if they lose Lamar. They'll go get a Jimmy G, one of those type caliber players, and they feel they'll be just fine. They'll be good enough to win 11+ games if he stays healthy.
It's the defense wins championships approach. It's always been that. That's.
But they also don't realize we are
entering
entering into a new era in the NFL. Mm-hmm. We're entering into a new era where these quarterbacks that do multiple things. See, Flacco wasn't multifaceted. Trent Dilfer wasn't. And the reality is you just failed to put the right weapons around Lamar, to be honest with you. Just imagine it if they would have had better weapons.
I could also say this. That mentality of building a super defense and having a regular QB goes out the window when you see just how much the league is starting to cater towards offenses. Yeah. You can't touch QBs anymore. DBs could barely touch wide receivers anymore. The league is changing to be more of a scoring league. They don't care. Come on. Defenders all year long come out whenever the league makes a new rule change, saying, "Dang, we might as well play two-hand touch," because that's what the league is changing. Is going away from that defensive, aggressive mindset, and it's all about scoring touchdowns and flashy plays.
Well, I would say that until this year, because there was a decline in offense this year, and I feel like this is just my theory. I feel like these defensive coordinators all got together in the offseason. They said, "Hey, man, we're tired of these offensive coordinators getting promoted to head coach first. Let's just all share notes. Let's all share notes and just dominate the league this year."
No, the decline in offense was because of all the backups they had to play.
Nah, it was like that from week 1 though. I mean, look at the players who did play a full season. Look at Derek Carr. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Aaron Rodgers.
There's also
they all declined.
There's also a theory. A decline. Well, I don't know if it was because
that decline. He wasn't as great this year.
Yeah, but injury.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot of established quarterbacks who declined this year.
But also, bro, all these ones you're naming, there's a reason. Dak dealing with injuries. Aaron Rodgers, Brandon. These are new receivers. Think about it. Did they not start picking it up at the end of the season? The last 6 games, they start getting that rhythm.
Dak missed 5 games and still led the NFL in interceptions.
What happened?
He was bad.
What happened?
Dak missed 5 games and still led the NFL at INTs.
Yeah, I know. Look,
he was bad.
Tua missed all them games and led the league and stuff too. But what I'm telling you in all of that, Yeah, what I'm telling you in all of that, though, is you got to look at every situation across the league. There was a lot of altering things. Aaron Rodgers, who always puts up a lot. Look at what's the Minnesota? They did better running the ball. Look at the Raiders, same difference.
Wasn't the Super Bowl over 70 points?
There was a lot of new situations where quarterbacks had to adapt to and get used to. There was a lot of risk men as well that they had to get used to.
Yep.
Scoring was down, but and yardage was down because of injuries. But yardage averages were up. Yard averages were up. But overall yards were down because these same quarterbacks that average more didn't play all their games. We started 57 quarterbacks this year, bro.
Yeah.
That's 25 more than you should have. We're starting QBs. That impacts the overall number. So offense is going to be down. Look at us.
Yeah.
We got tons of yards. Where were all the touchdowns? Where were all the touchdowns?
Tua averaged 25 points per game. Tua averaged 25 points per game. That would have been like top 5.
But guess what? We could have easily, well, if he would have had better ball placement, we could have easily have averaged 28 games. He left me on the bone. Let's be honest, T-Rich. He left me on the bone. Let's be honest.
Every QB lead beat on the bones.
But once again, every time we throw that every QB thing out there, there's levels to it. Some lead more than others. So let's call it what it is. That's why every time people say, but every QB, but there's levels to it. And y'all don't want to recognize those levels. You want to throw out that everybody does. That way it feels like they all the same. Stop trying to make them all the same. There's still levels to it. We know everybody ain't perfect, but there's levels to it. Nobody completes 100% of their passes, but some are 69 and some of them are 64. There's levels to it. So please, it kills me when people say that, but every QB, levels, some more than others. And let's be honest, T-Rich, any pass over 30, 40 yards from Tua Tagovailoa, 80% of them ain't in stride, outled in front.
Yeah.
And that ain't no freaking exaggeration. Y'all could probably point to the 4 to 6 of them that he threw in stride out of the 30 to 40 of them all year.
I don't think there are a lot of throws that are in stride past 40 yards in a season by any QB.
There is. You see, once again, levels to it. If Tua is 20% in stride, a simple 40% from somebody, it still ain't great, but that makes a difference. That could be 3, 4, 5 more touchdowns. T-Rich, I don't debate this, T-Rich. You know he left touchdowns on the table.
T-Rich don't want to admit that, man.
Don't debate
Not more
that,
than any
T-Rich.
other. Not more than any other
QB.
Why do you keep saying that?
With Tyreek, man?
Because it's not like he's missing.
Why do you keep
He's not
saying
missing players down the field.
No, you're missing it, T-Rich. He's actually completing these passes, but they're getting tackled right away when they got 4-foot separation from the beginning.
Because they underthrow.
So I'm not saying he's missing them.
4 feet separation.
T-Rich.
Nah, you're exaggerating. You're exaggerating. I'm not going to concede to any of that.
T-Rich, we the only team that run 40-yard comebacks, bro.
Yeah,
50-yard comebacks.
He'll get bit up every time
we made it an official route on the route tree. A 50-yard comeback. We the only team that do that. Tyreek Hill blowing everybody out, and he waiting.
Then get
and the Bengals the only team that throw jump balls every play. Like every team got their specialties.
But guess what? Them jump balls ain't freaking 50 yards. Them jump balls is in the red zone in the end zone.
Yeah.
But that's end zone work, baby. I know what you're talking about.
He be throwing it up to T. Higgins and Chase. Just throw it in there. One-on-one. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to give him a chance.
Receiver in the league, T-Rich.
Man, why hasn't nobody made the Tua Tagovailoa deep passes this season video yet? You know y'all usually on top of it.
They all on the throne.
Y'all usually on top of
it. They look amazing.
TD. Like, why do you hate him so much?
Define hate.
Like a constant disliking. Like you sit up here and you talk about Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson all day.
Okay. Okay.
Like, why do you do that? What's the point?
Why do I tell the truth?
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
tired of losing, bro.
we just got a new defensive coordinator. All I see you
We
talk
just
about is
went
Tua.
9-8, man.
He sucks.
Well,
We just
hold
went
on.
9-8.
What does it matter that we got a new defensive coordinator who ain't do nothing in Miami yet?
Yeah.
Who cares? He ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
When he
Talk
comes and
about
make this,
their
when he
defense,
comes and
at
make
least
when
a
he
little bit.
when he I do talk about the defense. I've already broken down his defense from A to Z, every bit of it. You probably ain't here on those streams, but I done broke down the whole defense from A to Z. And the truth be told is there's nothing to talk about on the defense. Matter of fact, let's put you on the spot. What is it that we need to know about the defense?
What is it that we need to like talk about, or like?
Yeah, no. Tell me, if it was you, what would you be talking about with the defense?
Well,
Hold on, let him go. Let him go.
draft targets or like free agency acquisitions, and like how Vic's going to change some of our players. Like
Hold on.
elevate maybe our players or
one by one. First of all, who said Vic gonna elevate any of our players?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't fundamentally
happened
believe he's going.
right?
First of all, I don't fundamentally believe he's going to elevate any of our players.
Me
Vic
too.
Fangio, it's about what scheme he's going to bring. Y'all think y'all out here making it seem like Vic Fangio took this player and took him from here to there. Show me that evidence. All y'all know about Vic Fangio is his scheme has worked in the NFL and he has produced some top defenses. But nobody's talking about what individual player that he took from A to B or B to A.
Well, his like his safeties have gotten better when he's went there. So like for example, Javon Holland, right?
Well, hold on. What safeties got better? He's always had dogs at safety. He's made it clear himself. You have to go invest in great safeties for this system to work.
Well, I mean, I would argue that Brandon Jones and Javon Holland are good safeties, right?
Yeah, but once again, you're inheriting good safeties. Where are you making the improvement? That's like
the jump from good to elite is still a jump, right?
Well, hold on. Who said they're going to be elite? See, that's just speculation.
Well, yeah, it is speculation, but it's speculation to have your title as Lamar to Miami. Right?
But at least, I say that's speculation, right? So what's the problem? I don't believe that I don't believe he's going to turn them into being elite. I think he's going to have a good system that's going to work, just like Flores had a good system when healthy that worked. Because if they ain't healthy with Fangio, same difference. It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
So when our defense was healthy, did Flores and I have a good defensive system?
No, Flores had a great defense. I think the offense was the problem with Flores.
So was it an individual development with the exception of guys like Zeiler and Van Ginkel and what's his name, the slot, Nick Needham? Outside of those three, which actually were developed by Flores and I gave credit for, but wasn't it all scheme? Everybody's success was scheme. So there's nothing for me to talk about. You want me to talk about how great Javon Holland is going to be? He's going to be just as great as he was the first 2 years with Flores.
Yeah.
Javon Holland was better the last 2 years ago than he was this year.
Yep.
If anything, you can argue his production went down.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to specifically talk about which player is going to get better, which player is going to get worse.
Okay, so we've already wiped out. We're not talking about. We've already wiped out. We're not talking about which players are getting better. So we've eliminated that. Now what should we be talking about?
Always talk about the quarterback position, right?
Because it's the only position. Because it's the only position that matters. You can ask San Francisco if you have a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
And your quarterback ain't it. I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about the big picture. I like to go with the biggest variable because I can fix my defense and go top 5. But if my quarterback flake out like Jimmy G did in the Super Bowl, what does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about what really needs to move the needle in Miami. Because guess what? Guess what? If Tua was an MVP, Tua threw for 5,000 yards for 3 years in a row, and he was the best quarterback in the NFL, and we had the best O-line in the NFL, and we had the best wide receivers, running back. Everything was the best on offense, and his defense sucked. Who would you be talking about all day? The freaking defense.
But I wouldn't say Tua was that bad last year. But
I
Mike
didn't say he was that bad last year.
Pursuing with Tua. So, like, what's the point in this exactly?
What? Say that again.
I would argue Tua was actually pretty good last year. Plus,
pretty good win.
Yeah.
The stretch
First half of the season.
I'm glad. You know what? I respect you for that because at least you aren't coming in here with that delusion. At least you named a stretch. Now, how was he in December?
He struggled in December. I like what I saw.
Did he struggle or was he trash?
There was a few games where he was trash. Yeah, he was trash with a big portion of December.
So did he have a good stretch and did he have a trash stretch?
Sure.
And did he have a whole bunch of mediocre between all of that?
Keep him on the ropes, Sal. Keep him on the ropes.
Like the Steelers game with only 2 mediocre games.
But hold on. So we want to talk about a good stretch and a bad stretch that was just as much as the good stretch, and then some mediocre games. But we calculate all of that. We take +2 and -2 and a whole bunch of zeros, and we calculate it with +1 instead of average like he was. But you want to argue with me?
He was an average, TD.
He was
really, not average.
You said he was really good.
TD, you lose people when you say he's average.
Oh, he was above average.
Even if you want to say Tua's average, to say he had an average season last year, you lose.
He was above average, T-Rich. He was above average, T-Rich. He was above average. Is that better? Is that better, or do I have to follow, or do I have to say what he just told me? Really good, or is really good the only thing that's right? Was he really good, T-Rich?
He was really good. He was really, really good.
All right.
Okay.
My point exactly.
Yeah, during the 5-game win streak, he was good.
Lions, Cousins, Bears, am I?
You get 3-4 good games, and y'all at like San Francisco, Chargers, Green Bay, even Buffalo, but y'all would ignore that. Y'all at like the freaking Pittsburgh game didn't happen. Houston, he wasn't even great. He threw for one touchdown.
Half of that Houston game
and they end up sitting him because it wasn't even worth it. Lucky that we got out early.
He threw for
they scored 30 in the first half. He threw for 300 yards in the first half.
So
he threw for 300. I mean, he threw for 307. He basically threw for 300 in San Francisco. So, and he was trash in that game. Y'all stop.
He wasn't trash in that game. It was an average game. You just have really high expectations of him.
San Francisco was an average game?
Yeah, it was average. 2 touchdowns.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of the interceptions wasn't even his fault.
This is what I'm talking
The
about.
Jeff Wilson interception wasn't his fault.
Hold on, T-Rich, we already know you sold all the way the other way. At least let's talk to sell. Was he?
All right, but TD, think about it. If he had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, that's an average game. I don't care what your opinion is.
Talking about yardage. Stop talking about yardage. I still remember Albert Wilson against the Chicago Bears with who was it? Who was our quarterback? Brock Purdy. Was it not Brock Purdy? Was it Brock Osweiler? Excuse me. I'll never forget Brock Osweiler versus the Chicago Bears in Miami, put up all them yards because he threw 3 bubble screens to Albert Wilson and he took all 3 of them to the house. And we want to say he was good because he threw 3 bubble screens that went to the house? The first play in San Francisco went 70 yards from a 7-yard pass. Stop.
Yeah.
The man was trash in that game. They obliterated him after that play.
To be fair, Tua had below average yak the whole year though.
No, I didn't say what I'm saying is Tua's overall, if you want to be generous, it was above average this year. But we out here throwing these terms. He was really good. He was really good for 4 games. Y'all act like the other 4 that he played bad don't exist.
Would you agree he won us some games?
He won 3 games. You can put on his back alone. I've already calculated. There's 3 games I give him sole credit for, which I am actually highly impressed about.
Which
because the Lions, the Bears, the Lions, the Bears, and the Browns. The Lions, Bears, and Browns, he solely won those 3 games. He played flawlessly. The defense was giving up points, but he outdid the other team. The Ravens game was a team effort. Wide receivers burning everybody, O-line giving time, Tua letting it go. He was trash in the first half, but after that,
he was.
He came back, but he didn't come back alone. Wide receiver, that was a team effort.
Wow.
The defense also had to make multiple stops to come back, right?
Sure. So
that's a team effort.
You can agree.
The jersey that he wore in that game is sitting in Kent in Ohio.
Okay.
So why do you
I
want
to? I wonder if Ryan
game?
Fitzpatrick's 6 touchdown game is sitting in Canton too.
He didn't have 6 touchdowns a game. Someone just lied to you during the stream and said that.
I actually looked it up. He did
have a 6 touchdown game.
He actually had 13.
The 49ers that game, right?
No.
And T. Rich, one thing y'all fail to realize: how many touchdowns did Lamar Jackson have that same game?
Like 4.
Lamar Jackson went off.
But every quarterback cooked Miami defense this year. Every quarterback had their best game against Miami.
Not every quarterback. New England's quarterback didn't cook us.
If I look at the schedule,
the Jets quarterback didn't cook us twice. The Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback didn't cook us twice.
And of course, yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying,
but what about all the other quarterbacks?
You talk about every quarterback was supposed to. You played Josh Allen.
Had his best game. Lamar had his best game.
You played Justin Herbert. You played Lamar Jackson. That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, Justin Herbert had his best.
I love to answer your question. Being a Tua supporter, who in the AFC
just golf at his best game.
Tua for?
Hold on. Let's get back to Sale. Give me a second, Mark. I'm gonna get to you. Let's get back to Sale.
Yeah, because Sale, you cooking him.
Let's keep going, Sale. What else am I supposed to talk about with the defense? We already established maybe not individual players, but what am I supposed to talk about?
I'd prefer to keep talking about Tua.
Who said that, Sale?
Yeah.
You prefer me to keep talking about Tua?
Yeah, since we're already on the topic, I think that would be most appropriate.
Then what was the purpose of your original
you already agreed
statement?
that there was some very elite moments of Tua this year, right?
There was great consistent play. This notion of elite, I only grade that when you play top defenses.
If you can't call
that's crazy, Petey. That's crazy to say.
In Buffalo elite,
bro, you get your elite status when you play against the best, not against the worst. What are y'all talking about? Y'all need to stop that mess. We sat there.
Well, no quarterback is elite because only one quarterback cooked the 49ers, and that was Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's okay to have one bad game
so
against
no
a
one
great
is elite.
team.
Exactly.
It's okay to have one bad game against a great team, but Tua had bad games against multiple teams.
Yep.
You got to be able to break through some of the better defenses. And I'm talking about the whole game. Let's be honest. Baltimore, we had a fourth quarter that was unreal. I'm talking about a high level of play the whole game.
Same thing with Green.
Why you discredit Baltimore game so much? Like he balled out.
Hold on.
Just give him credit.
He did. I did give him credit, T. Rich.
You got every time you mention the Baltimore game, you have to give some type of side note. Oh, it was a miracle. It was the Baltimore miracle. No, he just had a good game. Like you're trying to split the game up into two. Did Tom Brady have a good game against Atlanta in the Super Bowl, or was he trash in the first half and okay in the second half? No, we just say he had a good game. That was one of Brady's best Super Bowls.
No. Every analyst will sit there and say, "Look at how he played in the first half and how he turned it up in the second half." They're gonna point out
Brady.
Bro, there's nothing.
Brady threw a pick six.
Exactly.
In the first half.
Exactly.
So
he was fast in the first half.
Using your logic, did Justin Herbert have a good playoff game versus the Jaguars?
Hold on. I don't want to get away from this Brady thing. When we mentioned that Super Bowl, for the rest of the time, people. Hold on. I'll answer that, but people are not going to say, "Oh, Brady, he was bad in the first half, he was good in the second half." Every single time they mentioned that Super Bowl, it was just like, "No, Brady had a good comeback game that game."
Using your same logic,
they don't use that game to discredit.
Using your same logic,
the Jaguars, he had a bad game. Yes.
So what do you judge? Why do you judge the overall game and not just give him credit for the first half?
I don't even think he played good in the first. I don't think he had an amazing first half. I think the defense had 4 interceptions for him and put him in scoring position on
And
just
he
about all
scored,
of
right?
his drives.
Okay, so that's fine. But
Yeah, easy
he
drives.
still scored.
And then once
And then
the
what
turnovers
happened?
start rolling in, he couldn't score anymore.
Okay, so flip it. If we can hold context for the Jaguar game, how come TD can't hold context for the Baltimore game?
I didn't agree with you. I didn't agree with anything you just said about the Jaguar game.
You just said he had a pretty good
This
first
is what I'm
half.
saying. Listen, in football history, we praise the QB for coming back in the fourth quarter. We praise fourth quarter comeback. We don't discredit them. We give them more credit for coming back. We give them more credit for being resilient and sticking with the game and coming back and taking your team to a W.
T-Rich, the problem with Tua is he didn't come back versus Baltimore. The team did.
Oh my God.
All hands on deck. All hands on deck did that.
Then you can say it about
Hold
all
on. Let me finish. Because this is how hypocritical y'all are with this.
Yeah.
In the last drive, if the defense would have gave up a touchdown and we would have lost and ruined Tua's miraculous comeback, what would y'all have said?
The defense.
Oh, he brought us back and the defense ruined it. Oh, the defense ruined it. But they can't get no credit for making all those steps to let him get. T-Rick, do you see what I'm talking about, y'all? They gave up 40 points. Well, you know what? Would you be satisfied if they gave up 47 and you lose? And so that they could get the non-credit they deserve? See, y'all
I'm not making it about the defense. It's a team sport. It's a team sport.
Stop saying Tua. Stop saying it ain't like you act like Tua made 10 passes where he threaded needles and oh my gosh, he's shredding them. Tua was throwing them wide open people.
But you discredit him for that game.
The game itself.
You discredit that game.
The game itself was a beautiful experience. Tua's play wasn't, you make it seem like Tua's play was, oh my gosh, look at what he's doing. No, it was easy where he's putting up that. T-Rich, as soon as he threw that ball up to Tyreek on that sideline, the first thing came to everybody's mind. Ooh, look how open he is. Oh, it wasn't no Tua. Look at Tua's pass.
But that's two passes out of 50. And I'm gonna kill you on this, TD. I'm gonna kill you on this.
50 when the first 25 was trash.
If you guys go back to that week and watch TD coverage after that game, he said Tua had a good first half. He just had the 2 picks, so he don't even believe what he's saying right now. He doesn't even believe what he's saying.
T-Rich, just like the Green Bay game. Tua was trash in the Green Bay game, but it was his best game. If you take away the 3 picks, them 3 picks made him trash.
Yeah.
You turned the ball over. That's trash. So Tua actually made some good throws in the first half, but he was trash in the first half. All of your hard work
plays in the second half.
All of your hard work went to waste when you
the Waddle throw in the first half, the Waddle the game-winning pass in the second half.
All of your hard work went to waste when you threw it back to the other team. Trash. Bro, T-Rich, at the end of the day, I don't even know why we argue. You always go regardless.
Hey,
at the end of the day.
No, Sale got you on the ropes. Sale got you on the ropes.
I'm trying to understand Sale's logic of hating on Tua.
So he's still on a rookie.
Well, can I defend you on
salutations,
Sale, let me defend TD on this.
Hold on, T-Rich, you said a lot. T-Rich, give me a second, guys. TD, salutations, everyone.
What's up, homie?
TD, bro, usually I love your streams. Usually I'll sit here and watch your streams. Listen, you took me through jury duty. Just sitting in that cold room. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I hate everything about this stream. We spent 2 hours plus speaking about, and I said this in a space, and I'll say it now. I even said it in my private chat with my homeboys, Monroe, Artist, and Maurice. They probably watching right now, so shout out to y'all boys. They keep me grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And we're literally going back and forth. We attack journalists. We are going back and forth for 2 hours over a QB that when you look at his big body of work, is mid-level and has accomplished not a thing for us.
Yeah.
Not a thing. T-Rich, that's something you cannot argue with me, sir. He has not accomplished a thing here in Miami. Not a thing. And we're going back and forth. We're defending him left and right. What you mean?
Yeah.
No, this is not an argument. We're not arguing facts here. Again, he hasn't accomplished a thing while he was here, and we're going back and forth. We're losing our mind. Oh my gosh. And we're not even, and it's a disservice to this franchise that we're not even going to explore. Because as a GM, I feel like you should explore all options on every level, all 52 men. If it could be upgraded, you upgrade it. And we're not even going to explore.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating this as a fan base for mediocrity.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And I'll explain to you why.
No, there's no explanation. I already know we're the Miami Dolphins.
Can I explain to you why?
This is what we do.
Yeah.
So, but TD, I do appreciate your resolve. I appreciate your hard work and dedication with that beautiful daughter of yours, battling complete. I don't know. At this point, it's nonsense. I don't even know. I don't have a name for it. I don't. It's gone past delusion.
If you're not willing to have a conversation, there's no point.
Sorry, I'm talking to TD. So it's literally at this point past delusion. I really don't know what to say anymore.
I can't leave my brethren behind, man. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help them.
Listen, TD, if you throw that life raft, if you throw that lifesaver out there, and they don't want to hop onto it, bro, what you supposed to do?
No one left behind, man. I just can't do it to my brothers. Come on, Dolphin fans.
No, we got to leave nonsense behind, TD, for real.
Hey, what Flores said, adapt or die.
The young man has done nothing. He has accomplished nothing. He accomplished nothing since he's been here.
Hey, Bonjo. Hey, he's the number one passer rating, PFF. He's the most accurate.
Not an accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you could be number one down the line. You can't last the whole season. It's a moot point. So
yeah, I literally look for his accomplishments, and people just throw stats at me, and I'm like, those are not accomplishments. Those are really not.
No, hold on, Bonjo.
Hey, Bonjo, put on some.
He's only been in the league
Bonjo,
3 years.
Bonjo, I got to push back.
Go ahead.
There's a certain pass that happened in the SEC championship game versus Georgia. I don't know if you've seen it, but
my Lord, I know he did not. I know he did not say Georgia. Please tell me you did not say Georgia. Please tell me you told me you're talking about in Georgia, and we're talking about like Atlanta Falcons against Atlanta Falcons or something. You're not saying Georgia. You're not going back into college, dear Lord. Please do not go back into college. I'm begging. We're looking into 4 years with Tua. We cannot look into college. I don't even want to hear about college. I don't even want to hear about if he graduated college or not. I don't care. I don't. I really don't.
Oh, he went to Alabama. That means he attended college. He didn't actually take classes, probably.
It's just right now, again, body of work, he's a mid-level quarterback. When you look at his total body of work at this point, and he has accomplished nothing. Not an iota. He hasn't won the AFC. He hasn't won the AFC conference. He hasn't won the AFC East. Hasn't been to the playoff. Didn't win Rookie of the Year. Hasn't won an MVP. Didn't make it to the Pro Bowl. He didn't make it to the Pro Bowl. We're not going to talk Super Bowl. Hasn't made it to an All-Pro. He has no records. So what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Hey, anybody on the panel? Anybody on the panel?
I'm waiting, T-Rich. I'm waiting for a rebuttal because I'm pretty sure you've been rebuttaling all day. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of something clever.
For me, I mean, he's only been in the league for 3 years. Like the expectations that you have is insane.
Does Justin Herbert have any accomplishments?
And you guys keep missing the point over and over and over again. You argue about Tua and you waste your time. Why don't you get to the source of the problem? The source of your problem is Ross and Greer.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have screwed up the franchise big time.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Greer's ego has gotten in the way of our success.
I want him fired.
Greer's ego and his dedication to his draft picks is why we're in this situation.
Yeah.
His inability to sit there and draft the proper guys is the reason why we have to keep buying talent versus drafting and growing our talent.
Yeah.
Greer knows where the bodies are buried. So
Fire him via promotion. Go make
Ross buried the bodies. So
make him the VP of I don't know sanitation. I don't know. Just get him away from the draft and the GM. Just get him away from the GM position.
I would
Go make him
This
GM
team
of the
is
locker room,
I mean,
making
look
sure
at
that
his
everything is
career's
designed
record.
properly.
GM Waterboy.
He's been with the Dolphins in the pro player
GM
personnel department
Waterboy.
since 2001. This team has done nothing since he's arrived.
Yeah.
He's made absolutely horrendous recommendations on draft choices, and for somehow using the Peter principle, he got all the way up to general manager, so now he can screw it up at the top level.
Look at the past
He
couple
is
years.
absolute garbage.
hey, if you got background
And you
noise,
can
please mute
and
yourself.
you guys keep him there. And I'm telling you, from a Bills fan point, go ahead and extend Greer, extend Tua, extend McDaniel, extend 3 years out of 23 years of the playoffs, and go nowhere. Congrats to fuckulations.
Whoa, Mark. You got to relax. Respect the panel. Respect the panel. Respect the platform. Please.
I do. You're right. I respect the platform.
All right.
But
please,
you know,
watch your
I
language.
don't understand. I don't understand Dolphin management. I don't understand anything that they're doing. You know, I can't figure out why this team, who should actually be a contender in the AFC, keeps falling short year after year after year.
Because our quarterback.
It's not.
I'm not even gonna. Actually, it's
the
not. No, it's
quarterback
going
that
beyond
you
the
should have
quarterback.
gotten
At this point,
instead
it
of
goes beyond the
Tua.
quarterback. Because at this point, I'm even mad at the fan base because I'm in a Twitter space for the past 2 hours. We're talking about going to get Derrick Henry, Derrick this. Like all off season, we have complained about this O-line not being fixed and complained about our trenches. And we sit there and there's a little shiny new toy, Derrick Henry, and we just lose our attention. All of a sudden, let's go get Derrick Henry. Like we have It's beyond ADD at this point. I don't even know what to call it. At this point,
They don't
fix
watch
the trenches.
football. They don't understand that Tennessee Titans had a good offensive
whether
line.
you buy the trenches, I don't trust them with drafting it. Go buy the trenches. Put the money that we have in the trenches. Just give us an O-line and take it from there.
It starts with the lines, and you know I don't understand how a team
mute
can put
TD.
together a good defensive line and can't figure out offensive line for anything.
Listen, TD, I gotta go.
I don't want.
Shout out to.
All right, I
I
appreciate
gotta go,
you,
TD. I gotta
Vonjo.
get
Love
back
you,
to
brother.
work. Listen, I appreciate the hard work you're putting in. Panel, I appreciate y'all.
Hey, salute to you, man.
No
I
matter what,
appreciate all you
still
do, man.
fins up, man. Still fins up, I guess. I
Hey.
don't know, TD.
It is what it is. We'll live with it and continue to talk about
We
it.
ain't got
Listen,
no choice, man. We ain't got no choice.
I don't want Lamar Jackson to go to the Jets, but I'm starting to change my thoughts on that. Because sometimes people just gotta learn a lesson.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes people gotta learn a lesson. I want to play Lamar Jackson twice next year.
Yeah.
With the New York Jets. I want to see how we do against him in the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see how that goes.
Nobody want to
Yeah.
No. He'll go to Atlanta before
Lamar isn't better than Tua.
I just got
Okay, T-Rich, we know already.
You believe that, bud?
Can y'all hear me?
T-Rich,
Can you hear me,
just
TD?
go somewhere, bro. Go somewhere, T-Rich.
I got something to say. Listen.
No, I really believe that.
We know.
I'm not
We
trolling.
could all agree
difference
that
between
we could
them?
all
One of them has
agree
been
that
on the
Tua
field, the
had
other one
a great
hasn't.
fourth
After 4
quarter
years,
in the
you gotta move
Baltimore
on.
game, right? We could all agree to that. But name me out of the 3 or however many years he been here, has he had any other game like that? Name one. Just name one.
You can't. He
Okay
has been.
then. So why are we praising that one little game? Like
I don't know why
it's
T-Rich is.
so
T-Rich
amazing,
is
bro.
just.
Don't diminish
delusional.
his Canton game. Tua already in the Hall of Fame. Don't take that away from him.
T-Rich is delusional, man.
2039.
Oh my
A
God.
guy
He'll be
that
in
can't
Canton
even stay on the
2039.
field.
Hey man, listen, y'all ain't finna get me in trouble. I was supposed to stream for an hour and a half. Here we are, 3.5 hours later. Listen, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go cry in the car.
Me too.
Because on Twitter, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, TD crying." These people so ridiculous. So I'm gonna go on Twitter. I'm gonna make a video of me crying in the car, and I'm gonna give them exactly what they want, and I'm gonna post it on Twitter.
Yeah,
So,
I can't wait.
listen, man. This is TD Finstock, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans.
The real.
The Dolphins are gonna dolphin.
Yeah.
We gon' dolphin. It's
Yeah, we
Tua
are.
time, baby. I'm sick of y'all Tua haters. I'm sick of y'all Tua haters.
Yeah.
Let Uno cook next year.
Yeah.
He gonna cook and he gonna win MVP and we gonna win a
Yeah, he
Super Bowl. And y'all need to come to grips with that and
Yeah.
stop hoping for all these generic quarterbacks instead of him. It's your boy TD. I am
Greg
out,
got
man.
Tourette's,
I'll
man.
see y'all later, man. I know, right? I appreciate everybody who did come on the
Peace,
panel, though.
TD.
Peace
Thank
to every
you.
single one of y'all, man. Thank you to everybody who came on the panel. Thank you to everybody who make the quality of the show great today. I appreciate y'all. Again, if you were new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. This is TD Finstock, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, man. I am out. I'm over it for the day. I'm gonna be back tomorrow though with a whole lot more to say. Whole lot more to say. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I'm out. Whoa!